Buddy, NFL draft. We've been doing a bunch of NFL draft coverage all April, really. Trevor and Luke did their first round mock last night. And tonight we're just hanging out, watching the draft, giving some live draft reactions, talking through players, talking about fantasy football stuff. So if you do find yourself in the chat, definitely drop some questions, drop who you want your team to draft, and whatever. It's going to be pretty laid back, just watching the draft. And in Luke's case, also keeping us updated on the Magic Cavs game, which I'm sure is very interesting. Too. Ooh, okay, good. So we got our bases covered here. But obviously, Bears on the clock. Now officially, I think. We shall see. I mean, I think Goodell has to come out and give the actual announcement, but I think they're on the clock. We know it's going to be. Do we have? There's no way the top 4 moves from chalk, essentially, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I assume we're going to go Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr., and then it gets interesting. Who's going to trade up? Will the Vikings trade to 5 and grab J.J. McCarthy to leap the Giants? Will the Giants put up more just to make sure that they don't get leaped? So just to move up 1 to block another team? Will the Chargers not get enough and decide, hey, we want to grab Joe Alt or a receiver as well and just say, fuck it? We shall see.
I have a question to run right off the bat, as we do a lot of fantasy football coverage.
Mm-hmm.
For both of you guys, is there one player that you're really interested to see where they go in terms of a fantasy impact that maybe you've been wanting to draft him for your rookie drafts or anything like that?
I mean, first off, I'm interested in whoever goes to Pittsburgh. I assume it's going to be some slot receiver, but who's the receiver from the Tar Heels? Tez Walker.
Yep.
Tez, like I like him a lot. I think he's getting slept on. He's obviously not getting drafted tonight, and he'll probably be drafted the later end of tomorrow or something. But I think he's interesting. And then, like, obviously, quarterbacks, wide receivers are dominating headlines. Like, we're really not talking about running backs whatsoever. I'm interested to see if any of them get any sort of value at some point. Like, someone's going to go to Dallas, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, like, they may just say, hey, we want Zeke and we want another vet and be good. So we just got to see.
Vegas has to take a running back at some point.
I don't think so. I mean, no, they got Madison and then they got Zaire
White.
I was going to say Franklin.
Zamir White, yeah.
Zamir White, yeah. So I think they're okay. Like, they might take somebody, but I don't think they have to. I think the Packers are pretty most likely going to take a running back probably somewhere between rounds 3 and 5, just so they can upgrade from A.J. Dillon and cut him. That makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just so much talent in terms of free agent running back still that, accompanied with the lack of top end talent at the position in the draft, like, it's just getting pushed down so far. Nobody cares. But we shall see. We will be announcing picks here as soon as we got them. If you guys get a pick earlier than us, definitely drop it in the chat. Let us know. But I do have TweetDeck up. I got Rappaport and I got Ari Miroff. So theoretically, I got my bases covered.
Do you think Woj is announcing picks tonight?
I hope not. You better not. Fuck Woj.
Shams stole a few.
Yeah.
In past years. Maybe I'll add him on here, actually. Never know.
I like Shams more than Woj.
Nobody likes Woj. He fucked over the Bucks.
Sure did.
That's true, actually. I mean, Shams just gave me news. I didn't know Chucky went to Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened earlier today.
That tells you that he's chasing the bag, which is fair, but ain't nobody going to Louisville to play basketball.
I don't know, man. Louisville's on a little bit of a come up here. Nobody's talking about it. Like, they're not going to be a tournament team, but they're not going to be 0-15 again.
You can't not be on a come up when you win like 5 games the previous year.
Well, they'll be better than that.
Yeah, that's not hard to do.
That's true.
I don't know. That's what I thought last year, and they did worse this year.
That's fair too. All I know is Wisconsin's got their coach tied down. So brighter days are ahead. They did the one thing we knew we had to do. Screw the transfer portal. Let's lock down Greg Gard because he's going to get offers. Don't let
Pete's
him.
gotta be so happy right now.
I mean, for other reasons, not really. But I mean, I think he was happy about the Greg Gard thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
there's no way this crowd works in Green Bay. There's no shot. Where are they going to put the tables? In the atrium?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess I don't know where
The thing
like
is,
the TV coverage will set up.
the bars are butts to dicks during Packer games, and that's maybe 100,000 people.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. They seem pretty set on everything getting, everything taking place at and around the actual stadium.
Right.
Like to the point, I mean, the Packers have always done it that way, and as we know, like they're not going to break away from any tradition. Like the last Super Bowl parade, they marched around Lambeau.
Mhm.
Cool. like they think they. I don't know, man. It's going to be a shit show.
Their owners' meetings are held on the field.
Yeah. They're going to really lean into the historic Lambeau Field thing, back to its roots. Blah 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 blah. And I don't know how it's going to work. There's going to be a lot of bitching and moaning.
Mhm.
And we should say this. So we've been doing this live stream for the draft the past couple of years. Next year, we're going to be live from the draft.
Hell yeah.
Mark my words. One way or another, we will be live from Green Bay at the NFL draft. I promise you that. We got this. We got this. And who knows? Maybe Gutekunst will come on the show.
Are you guys watching? Are you guys watching this intro with Goodell and Eminem?
No, is it bad?
This is tough to watch.
I saw a commercial promo with both of them, and that was bad. Yeah, I don't know.
Not using a great Eminem song.
Are they using a song at all?
They're using "Not Afraid."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, that's not.
Goodell would sway me if he walked out to the real Slim Shady. I will say that.
Yeah, for sure.
He just slow motion walking to "Not Afraid," then turns to Eminem and goes, 2 words, rap battle, and just walks, which I kind of actually like.
What?
Did you hear he might not be able to hug the guys too because of recent surgery? I don't know if that was real or not, but
I did not hear that.
I saw an article about that.
Wow, what a disappointment for the players getting drafted.
Right.
That'd be terrible. Interesting. Well, I mean, I guess we can sort of talk through the draft if we want to, considering these first 3 picks I think are going to be chalky and they're going to take forever. Like, I think it is going to be an exciting first round. I will say that. I think a couple things are going to do that. Obviously, there's a lot of quarterback needy teams and a lot of good quarterbacks. There are very few decent or first round graded defensive players. So the fact that there's like scarcity, obviously that creates demand. So we're going to see some teams get a little bit antsy, get a little bit aggressive to trade up. The Eagles have traded up in 4 of the past 5 first rounds at drafts. So, I mean, if they're going to trade up and we're talking about a team needs to trade up for a defensive player, that feels like Philadelphia, considering how shitty their defense was, especially at the end of last year. But, yeah, there's so often there's teams looking to trade back. In this year, I'm not sure if we're going to have that. Like, there's going to be some teams a little bit willing, but we're going to get teams willing to trade into the end of the first round. We saw like how Baltimore did it several years ago with Lamar Jackson to get that 5th round or 5th year option.
Yep.
Like teams are going to just do that again for maybe a Bo Nix. If he's still sitting there at the end, we could see a team do that for him. But otherwise, offensive lineman, offensive tackle in particular, the premium positions that get paid a shitload of money. If you can lock down that 5th year option, that's really beneficial. So I could see linemen going at the end of the first round, causing some wide receivers to slide a little bit. And yeah, it will be interesting. Washington's a team to look at, I think, to trade up. They got 2 really early 2nd round picks, so they could trade up at the end of the first round and grab a lineman. We shall see there. But yeah. I don't know.
I got a question for you guys. So they got the Lions players out now, hyping up the crowd. Who's gonna do that for the Packers? Like Jair, but
AJ
I mean,
who
Dillon.
else? Like
yeah, I was
Jordan
gonna
Love
say
ain't
AJ
doing
Dillon.
it.
AJ Dillon's gonna come out with like he's gonna lean so hard into the mayor of Door County thing. It's gonna be the cheesiest, stupidest. He's gonna be the representative because not Jordan Love.
No.
Like, who are the
Jair,
outspoken people? I don't think
Jair, I don't know if they'd be able to cage him either.
Packers won't let it be Jair. NFL doesn't want Jair either. Like, I could see maybe Rashawn Gary.
I could see Eddie Lacy coming back.
That would be fun.
I would love Eddie Lacy. I got sucked into a Eddie Lacy highlight tape a couple days ago, and his spin move is insane.
Incredible.
It defies physics.
And you know what's great about it was he had the dreads going too.
Yes,
that made it that much better.
It's insane to think that he won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep,
like he was so good.
Mm-hmm. It should be like Roger Goodell's walking out with Eminem for Detroit. He's gonna walk out with fucking Tony Bennett for Green Bay, man.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, who will it be for Wisconsin? I mean, yeah. Is there like a Packers?
Fucking Max Sharping.
Brett Favre? Yeah, he couldn't do that anymore.
Brett will be there. Brett will do
maybe,
shit.
Leroy?
Maybe.
Mason Crosby?
I think Charlie
J.K.
Whitehurst
Scott.
was born in Green Bay.
Was he? Okay,
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So, guys, who are the Bears taking here?
It could be anybody. Could be any. It would be very fun if they completely did a left turn and just drafted either a different quarterback or just not a quarterback at all.
Oh.
It would be you could argue that they should just take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
And then they got the 9th pick. They could trade up to 4 because now the Cardinals are like, fuck, we wanted Marvin Harrison Jr. Trade up to 4 and grab the 3rd quarterback.
What, like, obviously it's not going to happen. What do you think the Bears would need to get from Washington to move up one spot?
Insane.
Like at 3 firsts and the swap.
I mean, they got 2 early 2nd rounders. They could give them both of those. With the 1st rounder as well, obviously. It'd be something like that. Just thinking back to when the Bears traded up for Justin Fields is just stupid amounts of draft picks. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see which teams get aggressive, though, and which team fucks it up.
I love a good fuck up in the draft.
Yeah, we had a few, like with the Raiders when Gruden was there for a while. Those were fun.
Where everybody on earth knows that it's a fuck up except for the team that takes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Clelin Ferrell was
bad.
The biggest one.
Yeah, because we did these draft articles. We're like, we don't got a fucking one up for him. Like, we didn't cover him. Like, I hope there's not one of those again, but it is fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. I always love what comes out of the draft too with the fan videos. I just saw the one today, the guys who didn't want Josh Allen for the Bills, and they're all pissed off. The famous one and I know I'm going back to NBA here, but the guy, I don't want Luka Doncic, and he goes nuts when they draft Marvin Bagley. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like JJ Watt, people hated that pick, and nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing better than Knicks fans booing Kristaps Porzingis at the draft.
Yeah.
Pingus.
It's so good.
Okay. I suppose I should say, if you guys are sitting here watching along with us, again, definitely jump in the chat. But we are going to be posting articles for each of the draft picks as well on the Flurry Sports socials and on flurrysports.org within a minute or two after the draft picks. So we got draft profiles up for all the players you'll see drafted tonight anyway. But then we will also have an article talking about team fit and stuff like that for the player that was drafted to your favorite team. So definitely go check that out. I always forget how much they milk the first pick.
Yeah, correct.
Takes me by surprise every
This
year.
first pick has been made since 2 years ago.
Yeah. And next
Well-
year's is picked, right? Isn't it Arch? Or is he
Gotta
not
be.
eligible yet? I think he's eligible, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
he redshirted and then he sat behind Ewers last year.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't like the rest of the draft. The interesting part, like I don't know why the NFL wants him to milk the first pick either. Like we know what's going to happen. We want to see what happens after that.
You got to show off the city. You got to do shit. Like, you don't want anything else to be a distraction later. Like, I understand it, but like, I don't know why you can't do that before the team's officially on the clock. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it this way.
Also, I would love to see the Bears run out of time. It would never happen, but it would be incredibly funny.
What would they do? They have to forfeit. You have to forfeit the pick.
I think that they should have to give the pick to their biggest rival.
Yeah.
That tells
No,
me my
I just-
solution. Because you
I-
forfeit a pick, really all you're doing is someone loses their chance to make the NFL.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Don't want that.
I just want to
Give it to
see, since
Packers.
it's like whoever gets their pick to the board first, I want to see a 40-yard dash between Washington and Chicago to get there. Like
There
I
should
wanna
be
see
more
some guy that's-
competitions.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to see
instead
some
of-
guy that's very unathletic against a 30-year-old, intern.
Instead of doing the draft order based on record, it should be 100 yards. You put all 32 owners there, and then however they finish should be the draft order.
Who would the Packers just get every single stockholder
It
to
would be-
run for them?
No, it would be Murphy because that'd be funny to see him run.
It would have to be Murphy, yeah. I mean, I submit an Oklahoma drill. That seems more fun for me.
An Oklahoma drill bracket.
Right, yeah, not just one.
Yeah.
You got to
Double elimination. We need some of the
Right.
concussed guys going back.
Double elimination round robin.
trying to think who's like
Losers
the obvious
bracket.
winner. There's got to be one. Sheila Ford Ham. She might kill somebody.
I think last place would be Virginia
Here we go.
McCaskey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, that's true. I would
I don't know.
assume.
Sack of
Saad
balls.
Khan, I think, sneaky fast.
Yeah, that's not a bad one actually. The pick is in. Holy
Oh
shit.
boy. Who's the best running back on the board?
The Bears do nail running backs.
I'm surprised Caleb Williams' fingers aren't painted.
They said
Are they not? I don't have it up. Oh,
said-
Ari Miroff just announced it. Caleb Williams, congratulations.
Yay!
They said Caleb Williams is going to be the first player ever to get drafted wearing a dress.
I mean, did Dennis Rodman do it? I don't remember.
He wasn't at that point of his life yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Because he actually wasn't drafted. He was a free agent. He was working in an airplane hangar.
He was.
That's true. Speaking of like a player not being, falling off the ledge yet, I spent a lot of today just thinking about Antonio Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he's gotten to the point where everyone just ignores him now. Like they kind of understand he's in the room.
Mhm.
Like he's the psycho guy just screaming. It's incredible. And he's breaking news now.
Did you
Like actually sometimes.
did you see his tweet that he's gonna retire with the Raiders?
I hope he does. He might. You never know. Okay. So, number 2 on the clock. What's your guys' opinion from a fantasy football perspective, I guess, between Jane Daniels and Drake May? Or Caleb Williams, too. I mean, you can throw him in there.
I mean, you guys know me for a long time. You know I love running quarterbacks. So it's. I mean, Jaden Daniels probably better than Anthony Richardson, right? It's to that where I think Anthony Richardson. I would have drafted him first quarterback off the board last year. I would do the same thing with Jaden Daniels this year.
That's fair.
For me, I'm interested to see how they use him. Like, I mean, Zach, you've been hitting this home for years. Like the Bears tried to use Justin Fields as a pocket passer. That's not how you use him. They used him how he should. They started winning. Like, I think Caleb Williams is, in my opinion, a little better of a passer. But again, if they don't use him to the best of his abilities, like he won't completely flame out, but it's gonna hurt him. So I want to see if the Bears actually do the smart thing or if they sabotage themselves again. Because at some point, there's a reason why you still have not had a 30 touchdown passing quarterback.
Yeah.
The thing too with Caleb Williams, right, is how many rookie quarterbacks get drafted in a spot with this many good players to give the ball to.
From that perspective, he's set up. Like,
Right.
I don't understand why people are still fully ignoring the offensive line. Like, they've gotten better and they weren't horrendous last year. But if they don't improve the offensive line, he's still going to get hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do as well. Obviously, different coaching staff there compared to the last couple of years, which has been horrendous. Jaden Daniels, I mean, it might be a lazy take, but you would assume they use him not exactly like Kyler Murray, but get him on the move in that same way because of Cliff being there.
Similar to RG3.
I mean, no. I don't want to compare anybody to RG3.
I understand that.
I think I hate him.
Yeah, I do
really
too.
hate that guy.
And I loved RG3, and he's been horrible after football.
I never liked him. But after football, holy shit.
Yeah, he's been bad.
He's a loser, man. I really don't like him. He's like trying to be like a wholesome Pat McAfee, like without any edge.
Yeah, like stop
It's
posting
cheesy.
your wife every fucking Saturday, dude. We don't care.
No.
Also,
He's
that's
just
your
cheesy.
second one, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I have no idea.
It's either his second one or he had a long time girlfriend before the wife.
Yeah. I just think the worst crime on the internet is cringe. And he's just cringe the entire time.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Yep, I agree.
Do we have any opinions on Drake May for fantasy going to New England?
How can you?
I like him.
He's a good player.
I know. I just don't know New England. I don't know what they're going to do.
Like New England's best receiver last year, Kendrick Bourne, he's coming off an ACL tear.
Right. You would think they've been rumored, obviously, for Brandon Ayuk. I don't think that happens. Did they sign somebody else? They had to have.
I mean, they have the new regime in there. They just have to blow it up and be bad for a couple of years.
I mean, they've done that. Like, this was the year where they did all the tanking for this year. So then Bill Belichick would have an early draft pick and he'd have money to spend. But instead they got rid of him. They're going to use the draft pick on a quarterback like they should. And then they didn't really spend the money.
Right.
Because they couldn't convince somebody to go play there because Bill Belichick's not there. They paid KJ Osborne. He's the new one they brought in.
Oh.
I totally missed that.
Not like it's a big deal. It might even been like a sign and trade. But yeah, KJ Osborne's there. Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas, who I like Pop Douglas.
Yeah.
They still got Tyquan Thornton, who Luke
Love
likes. Juju Smith-Schuster's showing his dong on the internet, but he's there.
Remember when they said his knee was going to blow up?
Yeah. And then they got Jalen Reagor.
Ugh.
Why wouldn't they draft Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah.
Usually the last thing you fix is wide receiver. So if you can nail down a quarterback, you'll figure wide receiver out. But
how's the line?
I don't know. Their line's not very good. They're just not good anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Offense.
They're just not good.
Defense, they got guys.
So I realize I'm only really contributing like things I find funny so far. But will we see a photo like Zach Wilson, super awkward around probably the first black people he's ever seen in his life? Will we get another one of those this year? And is that Drake May? Or is that Bowman?
I think it's JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy is a good call. Not Drake May. He had some dogs in North Carolina. But JJ McCarthy, I mean Cooper DeJean.
That's true.
But we'll see how that goes. Does it say that the pick is in for this number 2 yet? Not yet. Okay. Wonder who it's going to be. They are a team who could. Washington is a team who could throw us for a loop or whatever. They think they're being clever in their first year.
I don't know.
There it is. Now it's in.
Jaden Daniels feels like a Dan Quinn guy.
Jaden Daniels just announced. Okay. So we'll see. I mean, they got the offensive coordinator to work with them that they want. They got a couple of good weapons.
Austin Eckler can bail him out too.
He can. I'm not a huge Eckler guy, but he's certainly not bad.
Do
We'll
we?
see.
Does Mirov, is he just in on the phone call? Like, did he just tap their phones? Because like it is
Maybe.
the literal second.
I like to
It
think
is weird.
I like to think he guesses and gets it right every time.
What a run he would be on.
Yeah.
There's certainly people who it starts that way. And then they're like, wait, what information do you got? And you exchange some information. That is a thing. Yeah, Jane Daniels. Now I would assume Patriots go 3 with Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr. And then it gets fun. Then the draft begins. This draft is already worse than last year, though. Like, we already had fireworks last year. Yeah, that was insane. I respect how aggressive, and the fact that it paid off for them is insane.
That feels like something the Patriots need to do.
Well, that's
Yeah.
something. I mean, even at the time we're talking about, like before we saw him, like get 2 elite players and kick everything else. Who, like, if you have difference makers like those two, what the fuck do you need a second round pick for?
Well,
Right.
again, Washington's the team who could do that. They could trade next year first and their 2 second rounders, early second rounders this year, and go up and get 4 or something like that. You know, like a really early pick. They should do it.
Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison would be fun for them.
Yeah. Or Jane Daniels, go get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors with Terry McLaurin. Can't be mad about that.
Jahan Dotson was bad for fantasy last year, huh?
Yes.
he was.
Well, it was his second year last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad. Rookie year, he started out, had those string of good games, and then
Yep.
fell off a cliff.
He's one of the guys that was very overdrafted.
Yeah. Didn't. Now I'm like struggling to remember every team's moves. Did Washington bring in another pass catcher? I know they lost Curtis Samuel. They did not, unless you consider Olamide Zaccheaus. Zach Ertz.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I do count Zaccheaus.
Okay.
Atlanta's finest, man.
They addressed their offensive line a little bit. They brought in Tyler Biadasz, who I love, and
Yep.
Michael Dieter. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out.
Marcus Mariota's there to coach up
Damn
Jaden
straight.
Daniels. Not bad. Yeah, not mad about that.
I'm mad they didn't change their name. I was hoping for 4 names in 4 years.
They're so stupid. It's just Commanders is a terrible name. They're just buying time until we get Redskins again.
Yep.
The fact that was even a rumor, and not even a rumor, like they discussed it. Like, I don't know, we might go back. Like, we can't do that.
Washington football team, I did not like it at first, but it really grew on me.
It's good, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, got better by comparison. Commanders
Also,
is terrible.
Screw I know I'm going a different sport. Screw Utah for being like, we'll be the Utah hockey team. No. You can't replicate it. Stop. Just be like the Flying Mormons or something, you know?
Well, they're talking about the Super Soakers and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which would be great. I think it's gonna be Yetis. That's my guess.
That'd be fun.
That's a fun one.
I want to see, you know, it'd be great if they get a giant mascot that's just the white version of who's the Gritty for the Flyers. Just have 2 of them.
Yeah. That'd be terrifying. That'd be great.
So these first 2 picks, I like Jaden Daniels. I'm a Jaden Daniels guy. I'm obviously, just given the connection with the NFC North, I'm much more interested in Steve Caleb Williams' career, right?
I agree. Schefter just tweeted out just a quick recap of that Bryce Young trade again. So Panthers got Bryce Young. The Bears got DJ Moore, Darnell Wright last year, who's been great.
Yep.
Tyreek Stevenson, Caleb Williams, and then they also have a second round pick next year.
Crazy.
Insane.
Do we think that passes the Herschel Walker trade?
No. I mean, not yet, at least. We'll see, but that trade was stupid. But if Caleb Williams goes on to be, the fucking savior, then I suppose.
Patriots are in.
Are they? I'm still not fully sold on Caleb Williams. Patriots go Drake May. So chalk first 3. We assume Marvin Harrison Jr. for 4.
Yep.
But never know. Yeah. Never know, though. But yeah, I would assume.
I'm guaranteeing that we have the first articles posted about these players.
I agree. Go to flurrysports.org to check out the New England Patriots drafting Drake May and his fit with the Patriots. We damn near broke the news before Ari Miroff.
Mm-hmm. We should have just posted those 3 before the draft.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, now it gets fun. Did you see Marvin Harrison Jr. signed with New Balance?
Gross. What's up with the New Balance rise lately?
I don't know. Like, they're just trying to be cool. I think they just created their first football cleat ever now too.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if he can wear them
because
of licensing laws. Like, I think he has to wear Nike.
Why?
Yeah, because that's who the NFL has a deal with.
I mean, hasn't Rodgers worn Adidas for how long?
Has he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure how that worked.
I don't know if Rodgers ever wore Nike. I think it went from Reebok to Adidas.
Okay. So, I mean, he's going to be wearing the first ever New Balance cleat. Should we downgrade him for fantasy football? Like, he's going to have a Zion situation.
Incredible moment in culture history. Zion blowing the shoe.
I was watching that game live. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Mm-hmm.
In a very Panera Bread situation, it almost was good publicity in the end.
Right.
And there's never been better publicity than Panera killing people. Because truthfully, they got accustomed. I went to Panera one time in my life beforehand, and now I'm a club member.
Correct.
I get those lemonades. I mean,
I never want to try something more than when I heard it killed someone.
Yeah, I got 2 immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see what the hubbub's about. They got the caffeine, though. They weren't lying.
It does. It hypes you up.
Yeah. Also, what a deal than the Baker's Dozen bagels on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Have you got those? What a good deal.
Yeah. Bagels are so good, man.
So good. Panera, sponsor the show.
Agreed.
Unless Big Apple Bagel wants to swoop in, put a location in La Crosse, and then sponsor the show. Because you guys have that in Green Bay, right? Or
Big
no?
Apple Bagels?
Yeah.
You got 2 of them.
Fuck. I miss it. It's one of the biggest things I miss about Superior.
So good.
It's so good.
The Vikings and Giants tried to get the Patriots to slide out. The new regime didn't play any dangerous games.
Smart.
According to Ari.
Yeah, I just saw that. I mean, Vikings are going to be aggressive then.
Yep.
I projected number 5. We'll see if they somehow get to 4, but you would assume Giants are going to try to trade up then to 5, unless they really just valued May that much more than JJ McCarthy, which is possible. But yeah, so far, no surprises. Boring, some would say.
I'm rooting for Drake May in New England, I've decided.
Kelly Oubre ran a red light and crashed into a Hyundai Elantra after game 2.
Sure did.
He's a fuck up.
Yeah, it's why the NBA is the best, man.
He almost died in a car accident and said, let me run this red.
It never stops in the NBA.
I mean, that's true.
Hey, many NBA arenas are now allowing fans to bring in reusable water bottles. About fucking time. I'm so sick of getting a bottle of Dasani without the cap, so I can't throw it on the court.
Wasn't that a story a while back that they arrested the wrong guy for he threw a water bottle at Russell Westbrook or something?
That would
Yeah.
make
You guys
sense.
remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. What a great story. It's like that Yankees manager or whatever getting thrown out for the fan shouting.
That is so
Right.
awesome.
That umpire's the fucking man. Like, I don't
Mhm.
care. Be
Right.
responsible for your fans.
The fact that he doubled down after the game too was incredible.
Yes. Yeah. I heard something. Had to be from the dugout. Prove it.
There's never been more of a brain dead ownership move than James Dolan throwing Charles Oakley out of Madison Square Garden.
That was a good
That was
moment,
bad.
though.
I just fucked up my tweet deck here. Great move by me.
I'd like to imagine there's somebody in one of these buildings in Detroit that totally forgot about the NFL draft. Is trying to leave work and is like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Could you imagine working in Detroit right now? I mean,
Yes.
imagine
sounds
working in
horrible.
Green Bay next year. You have to give people the day off.
Yeah.
Mom's spaghetti is going to be disgusting tonight.
All of Greektown. Remember, it took us fucking 2.5 hours to get out from a Lions game.
Right.
I'm still that was $30 for parking, man. What the hell?
We almost missed checkout at the Airbnb.
That's true. She extended it. There's
Pick
Pick
is in.
is in. Is it MHJ?
Yes.
gotta be. There's no way.
Yes.
There's no way they go anybody else.
Marvin
Cardinals
Harrison.
are stupid, but they're not that bad.
What the fuck happened to Emeka
Yep.
Ibuka this year?
Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, played second fiddle.
Is
The whole Ohio State offense was
Fair.
a little.
Like even Marvin Harrison wasn't great last year.
No, and he got hurt a little bit too, banged up
Yeah.
his ankle, I think. But yeah, that quarterback, not great.
Okay, so now is when the draft gets interesting, right?
Yeah.
Does Chargers get their guy? Does Harbaugh get picks? They got the new GM there just to keep building.
They have to trade it. It makes no sense for them to draft somebody here.
I don't disagree.
Like you can trade with the Vikings at what 11? Is that where their pick is?
Yeah.
And you can still get the number 2, possibly number 1 tackle on the board.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yep.
Like you're really not sacrificing much, and you may pick up that second first-round pick from the Vikings. That's huge.
Yep.
And even if you don't want tackle, you could well, maybe not, but you could maybe use that pick to trade up for a wide receiver too if you really wanted to.
For sure. Yeah, there's just way more possibilities by trading. I don't think you really win by drafting Joe Alt. I don't think that makes that big of a difference. Because also, if you draft Joe Alt, it's like, okay, we are moving one of the linemen. Either Rashawn Slater has to play on the right now or Joe Alt does.
Yep.
And it's never like an automatic, oh, they're just going to be just as good over there. So then you're playing with that as well. Doesn't make sense.
What do you think Ryan Day is going to be doing the rest of the night? Because, like, that's it, right? Like, the family's going to be like, yeah, you can come to dinner. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be doing no shit. Ryan Day is just going to be the awkward guy sitting there.
Yeah.
I'd go home.
I would do. Goes back to the hotel and just watches TV.
Turn on fucking hockey instead of the draft. All right, my job here is done.
Yeah, might as well. Let's see what people are talking about.
So, okay, I guess in this free time here, Marvin Harrison, are you guys looking to draft him for fantasy football immediate? Obviously, depending on where he goes, but see a guy that you would like to have on a team?
I mean, he's at the Cardinals now, but
for fantasy football.
Oh, I would assume he's the number 1 overall dynasty pick, but I don't know. Like it comes back to, do you really trust Kyler Murray?
Right.
And I still don't.
Agreed.
I think he's great. I think he's going to be, like, in terms of redraft, he's probably going to be overdrafted. I bet he's like a high end wide receiver too, where he's drafted.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so can he do what DeAndre Hopkins did 2 years ago? I don't think so. Can he do what I'm just in terms of production, can he do what Marquise Brown did last year? Because he did better than what we thought probably what he would do. I think he overachieved. I don't know. But Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride as the 1-2 receiving threats there, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's fine. In terms of dynasty, like, I don't think if I don't have that first overall dynasty pick, he's not a guy where I'm like, I need to get to that number 1 spot.
You're not
I
trading
need to
up
give
for
up. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if there is that. I don't know. But we need to see where these people land, I guess. But like, so let's just assume my draft is correct and Neighbors goes to the Giants, right? Or like a team like that. It's hard to be super excited about that too.
Right.
Yeah, like if Neighbors goes to the Chargers, I'm interested. If he goes
Sure.
to the Giants, I don't know if I want him. Like I'm not drafting him elite spot, that's for sure.
You're
Yeah.
definitely not giving stuff up for him.
No.
And I mean, dynasty, you have to look past Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah.
But if it's just for redraft, it's hard to feel good this year. And next year, okay, are the Giants going to be bad enough to get a top guy? Maybe. Like, I don't think they're going to be a horrible team, though. I think they're going to be fine.
It feels like they get the 6th pick again next year.
Yeah, they're going to be around there. Yeah, I don't know. Who's going to be the worst team next year?
Panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
Titans?
I think Titans will stumble into some wins. I don't think they're going to be good, though. They're probably they're for sure top 10. I think Patriots are bad. Washington's interesting.
No.
Cardinals are interesting. Giants will be around there. Titans will be around there.
Because, I mean, the Titans, they get to play. They're going to probably beat Jacksonville somehow once. And
Right.
probably Indianapolis, they might luck into 2.
Raiders?
I think Raiders will just out hustle some people.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Patriots. Patriots are going to be bad.
Yeah.
Given that division, like Dolphins are taking a massive step back in my personal opinion, but I mean, Bills and Jets should be good. Bills aren't going to be as good as last year, but they're going to be they're going to beat the Patriots.
Yeah, they're not going to be bad.
I mean, this is a long shot and a lot would need to go wrong, but the Vikings could be up there too next year if they really fuck up this draft.
Yeah, it depends on what they do, for sure.
It'd be really tough if they go week 1 with Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if Darnold's that much worse than Josh Dobbs, though, and like players like that.
But yeah, I mean,
I think it does help too that they have Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
I think that's a big upgrade.
Chargers are not trading.
Ooh.
Yet they're still not making their pick. That's interesting.
Yeah, we don't have the pick yet, but they are not trading. So I would assume it's between 2 people. I would assume it's between Neighbors and Alt.
Gotta be.
It's got to be Neighbors here, right? With their wide receiver room.
I don't think so. I don't think the receivers are like. I don't think it's the biggest need. They got Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator.
This is where the fuck up comes.
Maybe. It feels like Jim Harbaugh would just be like a draft a good football player guy.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this? This makes no sense to stay here.
That's what I'm saying, Zach.
So then JJ McCarthy goes to the Giants. Next. They're not going to trade away. They're going to take him.
Joe Alt goes to Tennessee if they don't take him.
I mean, I'm going to start that article right now. Or Joe Alta 5. It has to be.
So, who's after the Chargers? The Giants?
The Giants. They have to take McCarthy, right?
McCarthy, yeah. Yep.
But if they don't go, this is the quarterback slide thing. So then if McCarthy doesn't go to the Giants, then how far does he go?
He goes real
Vikings.
fucking far down.
Vikings.
Probably. Oh yeah, Vikings are still there. It would be Vikings. So 11, and then maybe Penix at
And then
13 or whatever.
Penix or Knicks goes to the second round.
No, I mean Knicks is for sure last in that. but I don't
Okay,
think so.
the Knicks.
No, Penix would go to the Raiders then, probably. If Penix is on the board when the Raiders pick, Raiders take him. Like I don't think they pass on him.
Here we go. Pick is in. Who did Myrov say?
Joe Alt. Here we go. Okay, fine.
Wow.
So then either Joe Alt has to play right tackle or Rashawn Slater has to play right tackle. I think both are capable of doing so. I think the Chargers could have done better. I think they could have done more.
So the Giants, are they going McCarthy then? Or is there a chance they go Neighbors here?
I think they go McCarthy. You got to get a cheap quarterback option, 5th-year deal.
They can't run another season with Daniel Jones.
So then this would really help, in my opinion. The Bears might get Malik Neighbors too.
They might, yeah.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's coaching the Giants? Brian Daboll?
Yeah. And Brian Daboll obviously inherited Daniel Jones. So if he gets to pick his quarterback, I mean, there you go. Yeah, that's interesting. For whatever reason, I mean, this isn't like a out of the blue pick, right? I'm just surprised they would do it.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe nobody wanted. Well, maybe the Giants. I mean, the Giants definitely knew they weren't going to go quarterback, so they probably stood pat. Maybe Tennessee called their bluff. I don't know.
Is there any way that the Giants go lineman here?
I mean, yeah. If they like J.C. Latham as much as I do, that would be the pick, and then you would have to convince Evan Neal to play guard, which he's refusing to play guard. But he should. Well, I don't think he should. I just think he's a bad tackle right now.
Yeah.
I think he's 6'7". Could you imagine a 6'7" guard just fucking stumbling over himself in there? That wouldn't work. But I don't know.
You can tell the Chargers fans did not fucking want Joe Alt. And oh my God, look at Joe Alt. He does not want to be there either.
Really?
Holy shit.
It doesn't make sense, man. You had a chance to do so much more, and the downgrade from Joe Alt to JC Latham, I don't think is a thing. I think JC Latham is on par.
Agreed.
But yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's a miss. I think it's a safe pick.
Well, there goes my undefeated streak for the mock draft.
Hey.
Yeah, same. I fucked it up.
Hey, we're 5 for 5 on our 2-rounder.
No, there you go.
I have a feeling that will not be perfect.
No. Yeah, I hope they leak what the offers were for 5.
Yeah.
Because my guess, this is what I'm just guessing. I would guess the Vikings were unwilling to give that second first-round pick. Like, it might be a first-rounder next year they were willing, or the second-rounder, but I'm guessing they weren't willing to give that first-round pick. And if that's the case, it's hard to blame the Chargers.
Is there a chance that maybe Minnesota tries again with the Giants here?
Maybe, but the Giants were the ones that were supposedly competing with them to move up for a quarterback. So unless they're fully out on McCarthy, I don't know if they would do it.
I got another question for you guys. Okay, let's say you were going to be drafted top 10, right? Would you want a big ass party with all these people you don't know?
Fuck.
Like,
no.
I'd feel awkward even hugging like my parents in front of these randoms clapping. I'd be much more like Joe Thomas. Just go fishing and get a call.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin, and obviously MLB draft is different than NFL. And you said top 10. My cousin, he went in the second round in the MLB draft. Him and his buddy were sitting there watching it, and my aunt and uncle were just sitting in the kitchen eating, having people over, talking like that. That's the way to do it.
I think so.
Second round's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Yeah, just looking ahead here. So Giants are going to go quarterback or receiver, probably. I don't think they'll go lineman this early.
Pick is in.
Titans are interesting because I really thought that would be
Whoa.
Joe Alt. That could be Latham.
Pick.
Malik Neighbors. Okay.
All right. Good take.
We
Okay.
might start to see that slide then.
Yeah. Yeah. I think someone could get aggressive and trade up, but
Bears.
not the Bears. But if no one gets aggressive, my prediction would be we could see 3 quarterbacks in a row, maybe. McCarthy 11. We'll see what happens with the Broncos at 12. But if Penix is on the board at 13, I think the Raiders take him. It wouldn't be super surprising to see the Vikings trade up to maybe Tennessee now if they were really eyeing Joe Alt. Oh, you know who I think is going to trade up or trade down? I think the Falcons trade down.
Yeah.
So I think somebody goes there. I think the Falcons go for Latu since they have that connection there.
Falcons are up right
So-
now, right?
No, it's Tennessee. Who do you
Tennessee.
think the Falcons trade with, though?
Vikings. I thought it was going to be either the. Who did I project? I projected them maybe with the Eagles. I can't even remember. now.
God, McCarthy looks like such a fucking douche.
I could see Vikings, Broncos, Raiders. Oh, no. You know who I projected was the Colts. I thought the Colts were going to trade up for a Dunze there.
Also, imagine being McCarthy in a township in Michigan when the draft's in Detroit and you watch it at home.
I mean, I don't blame him for that, I don't think.
If he
I don't
slides,
wanna
it
be
will
there.
look smart, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I understand it's a new Detroit, and we saw a little bit of that new Detroit, but just the thought of hundreds of thousands of people gathering in Detroit feels like something wrong is going to happen. So I don't mind that he's not there, but he's close.
So, Titans going Fatano?
No. I would assume JC Latham. Fatanu's not really a tackle, so I don't think they would draft another guard.
I'd cream if Green Bay traded up for 7 for Latham.
I would be so excited. I may make a pledge not to shit talk Gutekunst for a year
Right?
if that happened. I'd be so
So-
happy.
Do you think this Malik Neighbors pick shows that they have confidence in Daniel Jones? Or just that they're like, McCarthy's, we like Neighbors better?
Well, I mean, they got Drew Lock there too. They could see what they got in Drew Lock.
For better or
Um,
worse, they really avoid a quarterback competition too.
Well, no, I think it's a quarterback competition with Drew Lock and Daniel Jones. I think that'll be a true competition. I think Malik Neighbors just fits Giants. I think he's a head case, but I think he's good. So I think he's going to be Odell Beckham-esque in terms of talent on field.
10 years to the day. I don't know if
Shut
to the day, but 10 years later.
Somebody get this man
Yeah.
a boat.
Yeah. He's going to be fun for the New York media and just sort of an asshole. He fits.
Malik Neighbors was a guy. He was a guy that, like, if I'm sitting at maybe I don't have a first round pick in a rookie dynasty draft, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe he could work something, but I don't love the Giants.
And
Yeah.
that scares me too. In our league, I traded with you, Luke, to have pick 6.
Yeah,
3 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers. That last receiver is probably going to be Neighbors.
I don't think you'll get Neighbors there. I don't think
Really?
I don't think so. I
Even
think he'll
if
be gone.
Even if Odunze went to like a better, which I guess it would only be the Bears, but
I think Brock Bowers goes up there too.
Yeah, I think you're overvaluing quarterback.
interesting.
I think Jane Daniels probably gets drafted maybe highest out of all those quarterbacks. I think he might be the most coveted for fantasy because of his legs. Caleb Williams has the weapons. He'd be next. Drake May. I don't know how high Drake May is going to go in dynasty drafts.
Like I know for me, I even if I needed quarterback, I would sit on my hands on that one.
Like there's a legitimate chance one of those running backs goes higher
Sure.
than him, depending on landing spot, obviously. Supposedly, Giants bluffed at quarterback at 6, hoping someone would trade ahead of him.
That's not the worst move.
I mean,
but it
got
is
me.
a very Giants move.
I guess it didn't work. It's a Giants move that it didn't work, but it got me.
It's like the Orlando Magic drafting Paulo first. Like, why did you not?
Yeah.
Nobody tell anyone that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, whatever. I know. Okay, so a little fun.
Yeah,
A
yes.
little fun so far. Titans should go. Titans are so interesting here. They could trade this. They just need so much, but their offensive line's so shit.
It all starts with offensive line.
They probably should trade this. I mean, if you can trade it with the Vikings, you're gonna have an offensive lineman still there.
Yeah, because I don't think Jets go offensive lineman. That doesn't make any sense. Bears, I don't know if they would go O-line. Falcons will not. So theoretically, they could trade down and still get J.C. Latham if they wanted to. Pick is in. So we'll see. If I were them, I would go J.C. Latham. But you could certainly make a case for Roma Dunze too.
I love that Neighbors is talking in third person right now. He's got
J.C.
my vote.
Latham. J.C. Latham, good pick. Makes me upset. Him right next to Skoronski would be, that'd be fun.
Agreed.
I don't think they will be, though. I think they might be opposite sides. But good pick. Good first pick without Vrabel, I suppose. Not that he had any control over it, but yeah.
Yeah, Latham's a dog. Went to Catholic Memorial. Shout out Wisconsin, man.
Yeah, he is so good, man. I truly believe he's the best offensive lineman in the draft.
Yep.
Or best tackle. I think Jackson Powers Johnson's better.
Yep.
Yeah. JPJ is the safest pick in the entire draft.
Do you think there's a way that obviously Baltimore has Linderbaum? JPJ, I don't remember if you talked about it. Can he play guard too? Right?
Yeah.
That would be a fun offensive line if they took him. I don't know if they need him, but
They could use him. They need a tackle a lot worse, though.
okay.
They need tackle. They need corner, I would say, for the Ravens.
Wish Marcus Peters was still playing.
He's
good.
fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good. True. Did he join the Raiders at any point last year? I feel like he did, but maybe that was 2 years ago.
Marcus Peters, currently free agent. He was on the Raiders last year. Yep.
Okay. He's joined the Raiders, I feel like 3 or 4 different times.
I mean, he's a Raiders guy.
He certainly is.
I don't know if you guys remember the game. It was Tennessee-Baltimore. I think Marcus Peters got the game-winning interception or something, and he just brought the whole defense out and started stomping the logo in midfield. It was good.
That was in the playoffs, right? Or was that before the playoffs?
Was it?
Back at him?
I think it was a big game.
Yeah, I think it was playoffs.
Because it was either whoever started it did it in the last game of the regular season, and then the other team did it to them on the road in the playoffs.
Yep. It was for sure that.
Marcus Peters definitely stomped out the Titans logo, whatever, if they
Yep.
played in the playoffs or whatever. But
Right.
I give anything to see Marcus Peters on one side and Akeem Talib on the other side.
I love to keep Talib.
Love him.
God, I love that Broncos team so much.
Yeah.
That's an all-time name too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That Broncos defense is just full of assholes.
When I saw, and that was like right in the Aaron Rodgers prime. When I saw him hold Green Bay to like 11 points on 57 passing yards, like holy fuck.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was a kind of a, I don't want to say fun, but kind of a fun game too. Because for the first time in Packers, like Aaron Rodgers history, you were like, there was no way we were winning that game.
Like,
There's
what the
nobody to
fuck?
blame. They are just so much fucking better than us.
Where does that defense rank for your defenses? Like, that's pretty fucking good.
They're top 5. I mean, it's hard to. people still really hold those like 85 Bears defenses and stuff like in such high regard,
Sure.
but they didn't have to worry about half the shit
Right.
that like current day has to worry about. So I mean, they're
I'll
top
always,
4, top 5.
yeah,
Ravens 2000 was great.
I'll always throw my vote for Legion of Boom too.
They were great. Yeah, they had such a short run, but they were great. Yeah,
Those-
Would you
Oh.
go early 2000s Patriots in there, or late 90s Bills maybe?
I mean, yeah, they're all up there too.
Those
Patriots, yeah,
Tom Brady Buccaneer defenses were fucking good too.
they
Feel
were.
kind of underrated.
They're probably underrated. They all had their issues though. Whereas, like, I think a lot of the ones we just named, they almost like they left their touch on the league. Like they started a new trend, started a new something. Like they did something no one's ever done before.
Yeah.
And
I'll give the
Buccaneers
Homer,
are just good.
yeah, I'll give the Homer pick here too, but like those Glory Day Packer defenses, they're all Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure.
Man, we need to get back to the 40s when we had some dope ass names. Blood McNally,
Right.
Nitschke, like that's football, man.
That's the one. That's the great thing about baseball is the nicknames, man. Like the nickname from like the 1890s. Go down that rabbit hole sometime.
Yeah. Ooh, Bill Belichick's talking about JC Latham. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. He's so good. JC Latham, not only is he fucking incredible, not only is he a dog, the dude lost 20 pounds before the draft just by not eating Five Guys, which is hilarious. But like now he's like 360 and he moves like a gazelle. He's gonna be so good. And he's younger than all of them that are getting drafted today.
Yeah. It's a good pickup for the Titans.
Yes. Skoronski is unbelievable. Latham's great. What's the rest of their line, I guess? Can't remember. They had to have added somebody. They were almost historically bad last year. They got Cushenberry at center. And that's about it. Yeah, that's not great. They're still bad.
They're better.
They're for sure better. I forgot they got Kelvin Ridley.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like when I was saying receiver before, I fully forgot that. That's interesting. If I'm them, I'm going offensive line second round.
You just keep building the fuck out of it.
You got to see if Will Levis is a guy, because if not, you have to make a play at quarterback next year. You have to. Where does JJ McCarthy go? I think Vikings.
Yeah, agreed.
Vikings 11, if not earlier. Like they may trade up right here.
I'm happy with that, to be honest, as a Packer fan.
Hey
I don't
Randy,
think
how are you?
he's horrible, but I mean, I'm not sold on McCarthy. Like if we look at all the quarterbacks in the North, no.
I'm not scared of him. I think he can be good, but I'm not
I don't love that he's.
petrified.
I don't love that he's a winner.
I agree. I'm just glad it's not like I would have been terrified if Jaden Daniels went to either place.
Yep.
Given Packers' track record with everything, that would have been a nightmare. We'll see how mobile Caleb Williams is, I guess, because he could do that to us. He can throw, and he's mobile. I just don't know, man. I'm really not sold on Caleb Williams. I don't get it. I truly don't understand it. And this will probably be a freezing cold take, but I haven't seen anything that's wowed me.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. It's hard to say that he is Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning.
He's for sure not. And he scrambled around a bunch and made a bunch of plays with his legs in college, and I don't know if he can do it in the NFL. He's going to have to completely change his game, which suggests probably not a good year one. Okay, so then year two, let's just assume Keenan Allen's not there. So that takes away a weapon.
Falcons pick is in real fast.
Ooh, they're ready.
Falcons got Penix.
Damn.
Boom. I love it.
Ooh.
I
well,
love
that takes
that.
him out of Shadur running next year, too.
But that also means he's backing up Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
for a while, right? That's weird. thinking about that more.
They did what I thought the Saints were going to do.
But it's not punting because then they signed Kirk for multiple years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Washington's not looking to rebuild here.
The only true downgrade to Penix's game, in my opinion, is his age. And now they're drafting him to wait.
The thing, too, is with how injured, like, Atlanta's got a great offensive line.
Yeah. And I don't think Penix is injury prone. Like, he would have got hurt the last 2 years if he's injury prone.
Right. Yes.
But, so this doesn't make any sense, huh? What was Kirk Cousins' deal?
It was a lot of fucking money.
That was the 8th pick, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, 8th pick. 4-year, $180 million, 100 guaranteed.
What are they doing?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Because for sure they would have known he would have been at 8. So why did they give him all that money? Or at least on a 2-year deal?
It feels like one of them has to go. Not necessarily this year, but like next year, one of them has to go. It just doesn't make sense to do. They were just in love with him and they went best player on the board, which I can't fully fault them for, but it doesn't make your team better.
Surely somebody would have asked to trade up to that spot too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of mind-blowing. I would love to hear the rationale. Because you're not going to get a trade market for Kirk Cousins after you just paid him. And you don't have a trade market for Penix, obviously, because you didn't just trade the pick, which they could have just got Penix. You know what they do? They trade Kirk Cousins back to Minnesota.
You know it's a surprise pick when everybody but the Atlanta fans is going, whoa, and you can hear the audible gasps.
Did they?
Which we need to bring back. Like, have you guys seen the video of when Stern announced a Penny Hardaway trade with Chris Webber?
Yeah.
It's an all-time video.
It's an all-time win-win trade, too.
Yeah. This is kind of depressing as a Penix fan. I really thought Penix was going to be great this year. Where do you draft him for Dynasty? Like
nowhere.
Does he go in the 3rd round of Dynasties? I don't think so. I don't think he slides that far, but he's for sure not a Dynasty pick that you take and you're like excited about it at all.
I'll be right back.
Who knows?
I'm gonna take a piss.
Who knows? Man.
This all but solidifies Odunze here at 9, right?
No. They could go edge rusher. They have a need for both. I think it's probably Odunze, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, they need an edge rusher pretty bad opposite of Sweat. Could be Latu, could be Verse. We shall see. Who's the other outside receiver for the Bears right now?
DJ Moore?
I meant second. Tyler Scott. Interesting. What a crazy pick. So who's the fuck up? It's the Falcons, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's not even a bad pick. It's not a Farrell situation. It's just like, what are you thinking? Belichick, I can't wait to listen back to Belichick because they passed up on Belichick making draft picks and being the general manager and head coach, and they do this. Like maybe you should have brought him in. Okay, where are we at? Pick number 9, Chicago. I feel good about my bet for 5 quarterbacks getting taken at least, though.
Yeah,
I thought Penix would go early. We'll see. But now Vikings, Broncos, and Raiders. I mean, they're fighting over Bo Nix, right? And McCarthy.
Bears are in.
Bears are in. They got Roma Dunze. That's a hell of a trio. Hell of a trio. Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. They still got Cole Kmet at tight end. That's good. Packers, honestly, so you have to think too. So everyone else in the division's watching what's going on. This gives the Packers pressure to draft cornerback. This gives the Vikings pressure to draft cornerback. This gives the Lions pressure to draft cornerback. There's Bears went Roma Dunze.
Okay.
So, yeah, the fact that the Bears didn't add edge rusher could make the Packers a little bit more comfortable on not adding offensive line right away. It's possible. So, in other words, Cooper DeJean incoming to Green Bay. Blinded by the white. We're also starting to get into, okay, so we've gone all offense. We're starting to get into aggressive trade up. Oh, the Vikings just traded up. The Vikings just traded up one with the Jets.
Why?
So they just swapped draft spots there. I mean, they have to be. Someone else was trying to go there to draft the player they wanted.
Or
So
maybe
McCarthy?
they have two quarterbacks they like, and they're thinking McCarthy or whoever's left.
Well, they were probably thinking, okay, we'll sit and we'll take Penix or McCarthy, whoever falls to us. And then since Penix got taken, they want to make sure that the Raiders don't go up or the Broncos don't go up to get this guy. So my guess is the Vikings go and get McCarthy right now. The Vikings have a million needs, so they could be trading up for a defensive player as well. But
That's pretty good. Back-to-back Washington players.
I
Yeah.
want to see
fantasy
what this.
championship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It helped me up.
I want to see what this trade is for one spot.
That can help the Jets.
Yeah, it'll be like it'll be a mid to late round swap probably. Wouldn't be overly surprising. I'm still okay. So Jets get 11, 129, 157. Vikings get 10 and 203. So yeah,
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that again?
Vikings get 10 and 203. Jets get 11, 129, and 157.
Yeah, the Jets won that trade.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously the Jets are going to take somebody now one spot later that the Vikings are going to take someone ahead of them that they weren't going to select. So no matter what, it's a win for the Jets.
Brock Bowers.
You think the Vikings are going up for Brock Bowers?
No,
I don't understand
Jets.
your. Oh, Jets. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. I don't understand your take on Brock Bowers to the Vikings. I really don't.
It'd be fun.
It
That's
would
my
be
take.
fun
For who?
for everybody.
Take your Packer fandom out of this. Like, imagine if it was.
It's not my Packer fandom. It's my Vikings hat on. Like, it doesn't make the offense any better.
It'd be fun.
It would be fun.
It wouldn't.
Maybe it'd be
Hey, the
fun for
pick isn't
Madden is what
already.
I'm thinking.
Is it McCarthy?
This has to be McCarthy. If it's not, then I'm excited. Because then the Vikings they just got McCarthy. Yeah, makes sense. They just gave up less than what I thought they would. So Vikings continue to have that other first round pick as well.
That's hilarious that Romo Dunze just said, I think the Bears have been building something for a little bit now.
you
No, they have not.
I mean, last 2 years.
Vikings got him at 10.
Yeah.
Should I put something in the article? Here's a little behind the scenes about the trade.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Did I already upload this?
I have a bad feeling that there's going to be a run of cornerbacks, and I am going to be on the heels real soon here.
No, the corners suck. They're like, I think there's a chance 3 are taking in the first round. I think you're okay. I'm more worried about offensive line a little bit later. I wonder what the record is for most offensive players taken in the first round. Because I feel like we're going to break it.
What do you think?
We have to.
What do you think is more surprising? Michael Penix being drafted by the Falcons or Orlando being up 41 right now?
I think the Falcons, like,
I think it's
a
Penix.
scenario. Yeah, I don't understand it. It still doesn't make sense to me. It's like they forgot that they brought in Kirk Cousins.
Like, are we sure there's not an out in that contract?
Yeah, it's $100 million guaranteed.
Shit.
I mean, if we are thinking there's something logical happening, my take would be, how was Kirk Cousins' rehab going? Because if it's an Achilles, you don't know. It might be fucking bad. Like, maybe that's why you pull the trigger. And if that's the case, that's a nice little sunk cost there. 100 mil of Kirk Cousins.
It's like Atlanta was like, hey, sitting a quarterback worked for the Packers, and then they drafted the oldest one.
Kevin McConnell still coaching Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I like him. He's a good coach. He's smart.
I do. I like him too.
Man. Okay, so when
Jets are on the board now?
Jets are on the board.
I'm excited for this pick.
Yeah, you would think Brock Bowers. People keep talking about offensive tackle. If they drafted a true offensive tackle, they're not a starter. Like, they got 2 starters. They got Tyron Smith and Moses, Moses. So Morgan Moses. So, I mean, we just saw it with the Falcons, I suppose. But if I'm a team looking to actually win games, I'm not drafting a backup. I'm drafting for best. I'm preparing for best case scenario. I'm not preparing for Tyron Smith to go down hurt.
Correct.
Like, why would I do that?
You have to with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and they still have Max Mitchell, who I like. He's a backup tackle. He's fine.
What about interior offense line here?
Maybe, but they have a decent interior as well. They address that as well. They still have Vera Tucker, who's a stud, and then they brought in John Simpson from Baltimore, and then Joe Tippmann's their center. Their offensive line isn't bad.
Yep, you're right.
If they're healthy, they're actually pretty fucking good. Obviously, health is the big question mark, but yeah.
Van Buren Township is like 5 miles west of Taylor, Michigan, where we stayed. Maybe we drove past JJ McCarthy while we were there. Never know.
Maybe. I did see a lot of douchey looking people in Michigan, so it's possible. Okay. So Jets, who's after the Jets again? I'm not looking at it. Broncos? No.
Broncos.
Yep.
Broncos.
Okay.
Also, is there anything cooler than the Rams having a draft house? That's awesome.
That is pretty good. The Rams, man. I think they're going to they're for sure trading down. They don't give a fuck about first round picks. If I'm them, I'm trading out. Keep the streak alive.
Their Twitter did tweet out like this number is either going to be 0 or like 2020 or whatever, days since their last first pick.
Yeah. But they're also in a position where it's like they can trade down and still get somebody in the same tier.
So 5 quarterbacks in the top 10?
Yeah. Hey, I cashed my bet.
There you go.
That was the easiest thing of all time. I think Bo Nix still goes, by the way.
Okay.
I think he goes in the first.
Yeah. I agree with you now that Penix went to the Falcons.
There have to be cheers when they announce this for the Vikings in Detroit. like from Detroit fans.
Probably. Luke, do you want to take my edge rushers?
Again,
I'll assign them to you.
I just realized all mine were quarterbacks, and 5 of them went in the top 10.
Yeah, you got to pre-write them too
Yeah.
for a bunch of them.
I thought all 5 were going to go in the top 7.
It seemed like it at one point. Okay.
So that's 2 new franchise quarterbacks in the division.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that earlier too. It's like, depending on who goes, I think it's realistic to think either Jordan Love or Jared Goff become the worst or least talented quarterback in the division pretty quickly. It's an interesting spot to be in.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm not scared of this at all. He'll be close to home. That's cool for him.
I think McCarthy is way better than he showed at Michigan, for whatever that's worth. He didn't show much at Michigan. I'm not saying
he didn't have to.
Correct. I'm not saying he's a incredible stud, but I think with Kevin O'Connell, the Kevin O'Connell factor scares the shit out of me because McCarthy's
That's
smart.
true. Ooh, Jets pick is in already.
There's also Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson and Aaron Jones there.
That's true.
Did they
and
say
a white guy
yet
playing quarterback in Minnesota type thing.
Oh, they got Fashanu. Okay,
interesting.
He's good. A lot of people thought he was the 3rd best tackle. I'm back and forth on it. I think he has all of the goods to be an all-pro tackle. He's just not consistent in anything. And people will quote me on this and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? He allowed no sacks." Like, I understand that, but he doesn't finish plays, and he's just really inconsistent in all of his techniques. So, what are they going to do now? Like, I don't think he starts. This is actually a smart pick, I suppose, because he's not ready to start and be good. So, if he can sit behind Tyron Smith and learn from Tyron Smith until he gets hurt, I suppose that's a smart pick.
Fashanu, he was Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Like, the other thing about, like, don't give up a sack. Okay, take out Ohio State and Michigan.
Correct.
Who the hell is good in that division? And on top of that, I don't think Ohio State's front 4 has been as good in the past few years. And Michigan, did they even play Penn State this year?
I don't think so. But yeah,
So, I mean,
when you look at context, it's less impressive. But yeah, he's a good player, but he's lazy and he's inconsistent. Aaron Rodgers, I think, will make sure he's not lazy. And Tyron Smith can make sure he's more consistent. So we'll see. Got to do some different stuff with my article here because I didn't think he was going to be a backup immediately.
You know what I do like about the draft, though, is like people will look at, best remaining players. And I love this the most, too, when they do it in like the 7th round. But especially in the 1st round, they're like, he's the 10th best available prospect. What are we doing? Like, guys, This is ESPN rankings. Let's not put too much stock into it. So does Bo Nix go then here to Denver?
I think it's possible. I mean, Denver, I don't think has a 2nd round pick. We could see if they trade back and try to grab another pick or whatever. What did
Let's say
Ari Miroff says Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Tittman, Vera Tucker, Morgan, and now Fashanu, way better than when they started off last year. Yeah. So, I mean, the underlying point I just want to make about Fashanu, I think he's great, but this is the second backup that's been drafted in the first round in 11 picks. And I
Yeah.
think that's extremely irresponsible to like fan bases, to teams that are looking to compete. I think it's general manager malpractice. I think it's absolutely insane. So for the people who think I only criticize the Packers, like you cannot be drafting like obvious backups in the first round. It's so stupid. It makes no sense.
Would you compare it to trading up in the first round when your quarterback's in his prime, has 2 MVP seasons, the 2 years,
And you're in the
later,
NFC Championship,
and
it's
you're in a
worse.
Super Bowl window?
It's similar. I mean, that's true for like Rodgers. It's another situation like that, huh?
Rodgers is somewhere shitting his pants right now, going, "Fucking who?"
I would assume they gave him. I mean, they can pitch it to him like, we just need to keep you fucking upright. Like truly, if Aaron Rodgers plays 17 games this year, they're probably second round of the playoffs at worst. So, I get it, I suppose. But could you imagine Aaron Rodgers with Brock Bowers? Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers? I mean, you can say Brian Thomas. That's fine. Like anything. Just get or fuck, add a cornerback, add another edge rusher. Sauce Gardner was wrong, by the way. Sauce Gardner said they're going to draft a corner or an edge rusher. Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he's already got Garrett Wilson. He had Brock Bowers. Shit.
Yeah, and you got Mike Williams. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Denver's in already too. Interesting. Starting to pick up, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good players that are sliding that they didn't think. Denver could go Brock Bowers. I think that makes sense. I don't think the Raiders would. Wouldn't it be interesting if Brock Bowers is the player to slide?
Be awesome, to be honest.
New Orleans wants Jimmy Graham 2.0.
Bro, Cincinnati.
Jawan Johnson on one side and Taysom Hill on the other. Brock Bowers in the backfield.
Somebody just tweeted out, the Falcons turned down a chance of hiring Belichick, and you buffoons agreed with them. Now look who you agreed with.
Is that my burner account?
It's a weird pick for Raheem Morris.
Yeah, it makes no sense unless Kirk Cousins is behind in his rehab.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way it makes sense. Bo Nix to the Broncos. Not surprising. He seemed like the most Broncos guy ever. You could say he's drafted a little higher. Apparently nobody wanted to trade up with the Broncos, I guess.
That was going to be my argument. Like, let's say they didn't go him there. Then he goes to the Raiders or whatever. Then the Broncos are going into week 1 with Zach Wilson as their starting quarterback.
But, I mean, maybe I'll get shit for saying this. I'm not confident in saying Bo Nix is better than Zach Wilson.
I understand that, but you just can't be Zach Wilson.
From a fan base perspective, I think so. But if they can somehow build up Zach Wilson's confidence, I think he's better than Bo Nix. And by the way, I think he's younger than Bo Nix.
Oakland probably goes corner here then, right? With either Arnold or Mitchell.
I projected Mitchell. I think he is a Raider. He feels like a Raider.
I love him so much. I would do so much to get him on the other side of Jair, even though I know it would never happen.
It'd be nice. So, Bo Nix was here. For whatever it's worth, what I projected was Toledo here. Oh, no, I think so. I think that then I had the Eagles trading up pretty soon for Terrion Arnold, like very soon. And we haven't seen him trade up yet. So, fuck. The Eagles are going to trade up for Brock Bowers, aren't they?
Shit. No, we're letting him do it again, man. We just talked about it last night. We do it every fucking year.
Could you imagine?
The Eagles gotta love this shit. Every year the same thing happens and they always win.
It's so fun. They're such a fun team.
It's a good bit, to be fair.
Ever since they fucked up by going Rager over Justin Jefferson, they've just been like, okay, we're going to win the draft every year. And they do. Good for them.
Let me know when you see the tweet about which cornerback it is.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, Raiders have a ton of holes, but I would assume that's what they do. Maybe they go offensive line.
I mean, maybe they panic and go offensive line. That's fair.
Oh no. Yeah, Ari Miroff made a good point. No defense in the first 12 picks. It's what we expected, to be honest. It's just interesting that it actually played out as we expected from that perspective.
Well, the reason it played out is because of Michael Penix.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Less trades, right? There's been 2 trades. Is that correct? We had the Vikings and Jets.
Only that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's been very quiet.
Yeah, so much for 10 trades, Strags. Like I said, I think the end of the first round could get trade happy. But we'll see.
Tackles in there. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, not for a quarterback anymore.
So it sounds like the all-time record for quarterbacks in the first round is 6, which
So we tied.
Knicks ties. And I don't
Spencer
think anybody
Rattler?
else is going.
Joe Milton.
What if the Raiders do go Spencer Rattler?
He can learn behind Gardner.
That's right.
That is a Raider. Spencer Rattler. If you need a villain, holy shit, he's
That's
great.
why I think that's why I said last night in the chat with you guys. Yeah, he feels like it. It just feels like the Raiders would go Gardner over Aiden O'Connell, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I love seeing all these old white guys like 5 months behind on the big hat trend for Denver. It's a fun visual.
Yeah. Okay. So Raiders probably going corner. I would assume if the I think Fuaga goes in the next 2 picks. I will say that. If the Raiders don't take him, I think the Raiders could use him. I think the Saints take him. Saints like those really hyper aggressive offensive linemen. They went with Trevor Penning, obviously, a couple years ago, who I fucking love. Fuaga is the same type of guy. I love him, except he plays guard. So if you have Trevor Penning and Fuaga next to each other, it's just going to be like they're going to be tripping guys and elbow dropping guys and just burying them. It's going to be incredible.
How am I not surprised that Bo Nix only has one person who's not white at his draft party?
I mean, yeah, that's the least surprising thing so far. Is the pick in yet?
No.
They just announced Bo Nix.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but they only have 3 minutes on the clock, obviously, so.
Yeah, so we'll get something from Ari soon. The quarterback battles are going to be interesting this year, huh? We got Giants doing some stuff. We got Aaron Rodgers. Let's cut to a clip here. How about this?
Mm-hmm. Good call.
Stupendous. Wow. Stupendous right now. Mid-season form. Let's talk about the season a little bit. Got a tackle with a pick, with the 11th overall pick, Olu out of Penn State. What are your thoughts on that and them investing in the offensive line? You got to love it over there in New York.
Yeah, I mean, we already made three moves in the offseason with Kareem and John to play guard, and Morgan to play tackle, and Tyron to play tackle as well. So it wasn't necessarily top of the needs. But I know they really loved Olu, and I love what Joe did, moving back and getting a couple more picks.
Raiders go with Brock Bowers.
I believe in the 4th and 5th, it looks like.
129, 157.
That's not bad. We can talk.
Why? They have
about
Michael
I know
Mayer.
Mad Mel probably like that
I know.
too.
It's another weapon for
What
Gardner.
value add there?
Yeah, hey, Matt,
I
Mel, you have a
guess.
question for Aaron? Or?
Yeah, I do, Aaron. You know, a lot of people saying, hey, the Jets, they need to go with Brock Bowers because Aaron hasn't had a tight end who's, you know, that versatile and that explosive. But honestly, when you look at your team on paper right now,
I was
obviously
trying
you
to
had
trade for
Williams,
Michael
you
Mayer
had a couple more
in
of those
Dynasty
guys.
in both
Where
leagues.
would you
Kind of
rank
happy I
this,
didn't do
you know,
that now.
going into a season in terms of some of those explosive offenses you had in Green Bay? A lot of people saying this may be your best core of skill players you've ever played with.
Crazy.
Well, I'd love to hear what you think there, Mad Mel, just because you've been in the game for so long. I did want to
41
correct
years,
Coach
Aaron,
Belichick.
41 years.
You know, the one chance I get in my entire career that I wasn't picked 20th, I was picked 24th. AJ, I love the teeth, looking solid.
Thank you.
Looking good. And listen, back to Olu, he didn't give up a sack, I don't think, his entire college career.
Correct. Doesn't
Which
matter.
is saying a lot because you're going against great schools in the Big Ten like Wisconsin and
He knows who he's
every now and
talking
then
to, though.
Iowa. Right, Mad Mel?
And there's a reason why
But
Aaron
I love
Rodgers
our
said
skill group. I
Wisconsin
knew
first.
that we really liked all
True.
three
I mean,
of
no,
the
Ty's a Iowa guy.
So, I was watching film on those guys. I was watching film on the linemen. And Olu is a mauler, and he had an incredible career at Penn State. He's not going to need to jump in right away at tackle for sure. We'll see if we work him in a guard, but I think he's going to have a long career in the league, much longer
Guard.
than I'm gonna be in the,
I mean, it's
in,
possible.
in New Jersey. So excited for him.
My
Excited
argument
for
to
the
that
team.
is
It's a great
he
O-line
is
room.
still trying to figure out how to
Very
learn
well
fucking
coached,
tackle.
and a lot
and
of good
guard simpler.
personalities that we added, to
But
the mix. So
I don't know.
excited
It makes
about adding
sense.
to the team skill set. I mean, we
Yeah.
got
Brock
some good
Bowers'
guys out
dad is
there.
pissed.
Excited to see
Is
what
he?
Mike can do. He's been.
He does not want
coming
him
off
going
ACL,
there.
So I haven't seen him, but I love our tight ends. People were talking about us needing Brock, and we brought him in on a visit. and I think
Rodgers
it's a very
loves
positive
Uzama.
visit, but, I love
Loves him.
Conklin and Rucker and Kenny Yeboah. And
Is Uzama not there
Zach
anymore?
Last year, who was we drafted.
Maybe
late.
I don't
he's
think
not.
so.
And I had a lot of success late.
Oh
in the
no, he's
season.
not. I have their depth chart right
Cincinnati,
now.
right?
Together on the scout team. So I like those.
Is he
four
back
guys.
in Cincinnati?
And we're going to be in a lot of 12 and 21.
Zach Kuntz
So
is there
we
though.
need those guys to be versatile, which Brock
We
obviously
liked him
is, but I
last year.
think
He's an
adding
athletic freak and like
Olu to
6'8",
the mix to give
6
us even
yeah,
more
like
depth
6'8" or
with
CJ
something.
Uzama's in
with
Philadelphia.
Joe, and we trust Joe. And,
Interesting.
Excited about.
Okay, we'll take this off before we get in trouble.
Do the Eagles go Byron Murphy here? That would be very funny.
Are the Eagles on the clock now?
No, but like, do they
Oh,
trade,
trade
up
up?
for him? I don't think they
No.
really need him.
I don't think Byron Murphy's that great. He's not really a difference maker. If he fell to the second, it would be the most surprising thing to me. He's a
Trevor-
good player. He's just got T-Rex arms. Like he's 6'1", he's short.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any length. Like he's not going to be an every down effective player. Like both of the D tackles are that, him and Johnny Newton. They're just too small and they're not like Aaron Donald athletic. So I don't love either of them. It would surprise me if the Saints don't go Fuaga. It would really surprise me. Lost my train of thought. I forgot I had to publish this Brock Bowers article on Flurry Sports right now. Shout out.
FlurrySports.org, up to date draft stuff, how they're going to fit, how they're going to fare in 2024.
That's right.
Let me tell you, it's not going to happen. I would love the Packers trade up for Quinion Mitchell.
That'd be great. That would be a pick I wouldn't be upset with.
If only we had missed the playoffs, right, guys? Like, if Quentin Johnson catches the ball, we're having a completely different conversation right now.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Yeah. I mean, it was a perfect opportunity for the Packers to pick early in what seemed to be a draft loaded with what they need. But that's fine. They locked up everything except for extension in their lease, essentially. Is Mark Murphy still holding the city of Green Bay hostage for that, by the way, Luke? Yeah. So fucking dumb. We're not going to improve our stadium for the draft because you won't extend our lease past the next 10 years. Like, okay, the draft's going to be a disaster. And by the way, you know who cares the least amount? Mark Murphy, because he leaves the day after the draft. He's out. His contract is done. Dumb.
Mark Murphy is making the city seem like they're really bad people.
I know.
It's the same. It's
And
the same thing Brian Gutekunst did with Aaron Rodgers.
Packers fans are going to believe him.
Mhm.
If this makes it to the next offseason and Murphy's still talking about it, I can't wait to write articles on Let's Go Wisconsin about where the Packers should move. I will lead it hard. I will love it. And by the way, it won't be Wisconsin. That's for sure.
Really? Because people were saying Madison, so
Yeah, Madison could really support a team. That'd be
the
great.
team that can't even support a fucking college team. Well, traffic-wise, but
Traffic. Yeah, I mean,
The to give you the state of Green Bay politics, the mayor's a Democrat, and this has really turned very political because of Mark Murphy.
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Democrats don't know what they're doing in Green Bay. They never know what they're doing.
Of course. The Saints supposedly are listening to trade offers per rap sheet.
that would make sense they're already down to 315, so
The argument to be made is they could trade down and still get Barton, who's also a good interior guy. If they don't view, and he's also a pretty aggressive guard. He's a true guard mindset. So, if they don't view him that much lower than Fuaga, then that makes sense. I don't know who would trade up though, other than the fucking Eagles, I guess. But I don't know who the Eagles are going for now.
Eagles are going to go for Cooper
maybe they
DeJean.
go for. Do they need an edge? I don't think so.
They could take one. That whole defense wasn't great.
They didn't need Javon Carter last year. They took him.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, maybe they go Dallas Turner.
Howie
Maybe.
Roseman doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, I said they trade up for a corner, so they could trade up and go for Mitchell, get the best corner in the draft.
When's the last time the best corner's been from a non-Power 5 school?
It's been a bit.
Yeah,
I would assume.
yeah.
I mean, Shamar was from Appalachian a few years ago.
Go Shamar, man.
Yeah,
It's an
He got some
all-time
noise.
Lombardi sweep story.
I think he's playing decent in the UFL right now.
Hell yeah, he deserves it.
Saints picked. They're going Fuaga.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's perfectly in line with what they like at offensive line.
Ari's last sentence is, "This makes all the sense in the world."
Yeah, it does.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Ari
Give
knows
him
what he's talking about,
everything.
man. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, we're reading between the lines a little bit though. Like
Sure.
maybe it's just like, oh, they desperately need a guard, which
Sure.
is also true. This is pick 14. Yep. Okay.
I think the Colts are going Mitchell here. Then
Yeah.
I think
that
they
makes
need
sense.
corner.
They do.
God, Mitchell, fucking Arnold's there.
Do not let the Seahawks pair Mitchell with Witherspoon, please.
I think Seahawks go Fatanu. They really like him a lot. I think they viewed him as one of the better linemen, and then they could put him at either tackle or guard.
So we're 14 picks in and no defense players.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not good. They're
Yeah.
not very good this year.
Interesting. Hard to beat a better dinner than cheese and crackers.
True. That is true, actually. I love a charcuterie board.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If we want to make it fancy, it doesn't need to be fancy.
My poor man charcuterie board here was string cheese and Ritz crackers.
Fuck yeah.
I fucking love string cheese.
Same. I got some in my office fridge right now.
Yeah. I've come to realize that I eat cheese for every meal.
I mean, hey,
Like every
Represent the state.
time I eat, I think cheese is involved.
Breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast.
Oh, well, fair enough.
So for every meal, two meals.
Yeah.
Those are the
Fair enough.
2 meals you eat cheese, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, you can eat cheese with breakfast, like a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, or scrambled eggs and cheese for
Yeah.
sure.
You got me there.
I think Jake still eats string cheese just by like chomping into
That's
it.
what I
He
do.
doesn't.
Oh, I do that too. Yeah.
Go back
You
and
guys
watch.
are psychos. Why?
Go back and watch the last 30 minutes of the show. That's what I was doing.
You just eat it like it's a. Why? What are you doing?
Why not?
It goes to the same
Then it's
place.
just cheese. It's not string cheese. You don't
Yeah.
even know the difference. It's just cheese.
It's cylinder cheese.
What's the point? Have some patience. Enjoy life a little
What's
bit.
the point of anything, if we're being honest?
I'm trying
that
to
is
tell you.
true.
I think string cheese is a great way for you to take a step back
It
and
is.
just relax a little bit and enjoy the little things in life.
I'll give it to you. It's one of the more fun experiences of eating food is string cheese.
Yes. Yes. It'll last longer, which is great.
I don't know. Sometimes I just want to eat. I like eating more cheese.
You can. Imagine your whole night's filled if you want to go for the whole package. That's great.
Is this the worst draft in recent history?
In what way?
14 picks in.
Like, what are you talking about?
Why not? Why not? Just because it's like, I mean, one trade.
In terms of
outside
that, sure.
Penix, really nothing surprising. Not even chatter or scuttlebutt. Like,
it's made worse by two things. The fact that all these insiders continue to say a team is looking to trade, no trade was made, and Schrager and people like that going, we're going to set a new record for trades, which still could happen, I suppose.
and
Like,
to be
that
fair, last year was crazy. I
was.
don't know why I expected it to be like last year when a team traded their whole farm system for 2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah. But you would think then, though, with how well it actually worked, usually a team would mimic it. And it obviously did not happen.
Well, and I mean, I think I feel like the Bears might have if they didn't already have 9 and it broke well for them. Like, no matter what, they're probably going to be able to get a receiver or a really good tackle there if they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We're about to enter a very interesting part of the draft, at least.
Come on, Packers, trade, you bastards. Oh, how long do you think it's going to be before somebody posts the first article that says the Packers were looking to trade up, but,
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's already pre-written. God. Yeah. I mean, Packers could right a wrong and trade for Brandon Ayuk.
Could.
Or T. Higgins, I guess. Both available.
I'm surprised the Colts are taking their time. I feel like they would have to be looking at trades because I mean,
Yeah,
again,
Trevor, they're looking for trades.
I'm not in the front office, but like this seems pretty straightforward.
Colts are a team that super drafts for needs, so yeah, it has to be corner.
Or maybe
And,
they're not impulsive because what's his nuts isn't in the room this year.
Maybe, yeah, Ursa. Maybe. I mean, what if they're thinking, hey, we got both corners on the board, we could trade down and still get one of them.
No.
Like, I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Who's going to take them? I don't think Seattle would take them. I don't know if Jacksonville would. I don't think Cincinnati would.
Yeah, I think Seattle's taking an edge.
I think offensive line, but I think it's between O-line and edge, probably.
Latu feels like a Seahawk.
Possible, yeah, for sure possible. Started his career in Washington. They'll go with an Oos. It'll be Latu or Fatanu.
Eating Doritos in a suit. I like Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner's doing that.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not a huge Dorito guy. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I love them.
They're so
They're
good.
great.
Sweet chili is oof.
That's the best one. Yeah.
Oof.
Have you had the what is it? Is it barbecue? It's like a gray bag.
Black, I think. Yeah, I've had them. They're good.
Those are good.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they make them anymore. It might have just been limited, but they had like a hot mustard one, which I think
Ooh.
you'd like.
Mm.
They were good. That was like last year or something.
You know what I had the other day was Flamin' Hot. I think it's Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Pringles.
I've seen those. I haven't, or it was. I've seen Flamin' Hot something like that.
Or was it
They
Flamin'
look
Hot
good.
Sour Cream and
Ooh.
Onion? It was one of them.
Colts are taking Latu.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Oh man, I want Seattle to take Mitchell so bad. That would be so fun.
It would be fun.
That seems like a team we need Pete Carroll on.
So Colts now have Ibukum, Quiddy and Latu. And they still have DeForest Buckner, obviously, and Grover Stewart. Interesting. I mean, it's a rotation. Whatever, I guess. I don't know. I don't love it.
Maybe Jacksonville doesn't go DeJean now.
I don't think they will, but like they got the Colts have fucking Juju Brents as a starting cornerback. Just take a good player. What are we doing? I love Latu. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. He's great though. He's really good. Huh. So people are talking about Fuaga as a tackle. Maybe they have him play tackle. I don't think that works. They're sliding up. They're saying he takes Trevor Penning's spot at left tackle.
Crazy.
I mean, I could tell you how to fix an issue. I think you put Trevor Penning at right tackle and then put Fuaga at right guard and put Ryan Ramczyk at left tackle. Done. Fixed your offensive line. It's like the Bears, like when they're just trying to. Who was it that they kept trying to put at tackle and then they almost traded him? Who was it?
Oh,
Kevin Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm convinced half of the offensive line coaches in the league actually don't know what they're doing, or they don't speak up, and the general managers are making offensive line decisions, which would be unfortunate. Cough, cough, Green Bay.
I think it's a not speaking up. Because if so, we have no good offensive line coaches. Or very few, I should say.
There's ones that like they've been in it for so long and have like that family lineage where it's like they demand respect. I just feel like they're so low on the coaching totem pole that GMs just look over them. But I think hopefully they're starting to speak up more because they should certainly have just as much say over an offense as like a quarterback coach or a wide receiver coach.
Latu was told to medically retired. I'm just seeing that missed 2 seasons. Damn.
Yeah, for problem, right?
Washington medically retired, and then he went to USC. And that Washington coach is the defensive coordinator for Atlanta, which is why I thought he'd go to Atlanta. But alas, the Falcons got Michael Penix. So good for them. That makes sense.
An hour ago, Skip Bayless. I'm sorry, there's only one big D, and it's not Detroit.
Skip is the best, man. He's
so good.
He's so stupid, man.
I also love during that Dallas game how quickly it was like, yeah, Packers, congrats. Like he just accepted it so fast.
Dude, Skip is going to be on one tonight with the NFL draft and LeBron playing.
Oh, LeBron's going to lose too.
Yeah.
I guarantee you at least once he said, Jordan would never lose game 3, a must-win game at home. Would never say it.
Yeah. It's so funny when Skip Bayless goes, LeBron's incredible at passing and shooting and scoring, but the one thing he doesn't have that Jordan has is a slam dunk contest.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
Can't say Skip's wrong. You can ask him why, but he's not wrong.
Also, I always love the fact that half the people that talk about basketball average like 1 point in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
good.
awesome.
We need KG on a mainstream network.
Yeah. He was doing it a little bit. Him and
little.
Charles Barkley were going at each other.
God, he's so good. He's just he's so unpredictable that you can't hire him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to censor himself.
It's like Paul Pierce with the strippers in the back.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Maybe if ESPN showed more of that, they wouldn't have to cut everybody.
True. Okay, so we got Seahawks, Jags, Cincinnati, Rams. If the Eagles want to keep their streak alive, you would think they'd trade up. I don't know who they would trade up for. So maybe they don't. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying that. I mean, Arnold's still there, but I don't know who would pick him.
Yeah.
Like, I think they want him, but I don't know.
Maybe they trade with the Rams.
Maybe. I think the Rams trade down. I think the Rams would like to trade down further. Seahawks here is interesting, though. Yeah. If they don't go O-line with Fatanu, I think if they go a different position, it could spark the back half of the draft here. Like, teams are going to have to wake up a little bit.
I feel like it's Turner. I just feel like he's a guy that you see in a Seahawks uniform.
I hope the Lions go for Chop Robinson. He feels like he has to go there.
He's a dog.
Give Aiden Hutchinson a little bit of help.
Mm-hmm.
Just something.
Or like Luke and I said last night, get him to Kansas City so you can have the Andy Reid chop jokes, pork chops.
That'd be good.
That'd be good.
That would be good.
Seahawks are taking their sweet ass time. Come on, Packers, add another 7th.
I mean,
get it.
Seahawks would be stupid not to listen to trades here.
Yeah.
These next several picks, yeah. I don't know what the pressure is to trade up yet, though. Now.
When's the last time a really good player's been traded on draft day? AJ Brown?
Yeah. Probably.
I'm just thinking the Bengals have 2 guys here that just requested a trade.
Was Marquise Brown traded on draft day? Yeah.
Yes.
That was that after?
No, that was
AJ
during.
Brown?
That was during, I think.
I mean after or before the AJ Brown.
I think
trade?
it was before.
I don't remember.
I think it was before.
I was really hoping Antonio Brown was going to be right about Justin Herbert getting traded on draft day. That would have been awesome.
We need to go back. We need to see that mentalist guy. If he said Penix to Atlanta,
That's what I'm saying, man.
We need to investigate him. Like, put him in
Yeah.
a lab, figure some shit out.
I hope he doesn't come back. That's what I would do. Like, fuck it. I'm not going back after this. If he's wrong.
Oh, there's the Seahawks pick is in. Come on, Ari, tell us who it is.
I'm concerned about Ari right now, guys.
Same.
I know. What's he doing?
I feel like such a loser just refreshing. Ooh, Byron Murphy. Wow.
Ugh, I don't like that pick at all.
Hey, the Packers, man. Cooper DeJean is the dream. The DeJean dream is alive, man.
It certainly is. Certainly is. Yeah, I don't like this at all.
That's back-to-back defenders, eh?
Yeah, and now, I mean, see, this is the type of thing that sparks, though, because now the top edge rusher is gone. the supposed, for sure, one of the top 2 defensive tackles are gone. So if you were a team who really wanted an interior defender, now you have to trade up to get Nelson.
Yep.
So we'll see. There should be a move at least within the next few picks. If it's the Eagles who go and get him, they're going to have to start playing defensive linemen somewhere else.
I think they won a Super Bowl doing that.
Probably.
Come on, Knicks.
Are you actively cheering for the Knicks right now?
Against Philadelphia? For sure.
Yeah, fuck the
No.
Sixers.
I want the Sixers to win one game just because I want to see the Joel hype, and then I want to see him blow out his knee the next game. Also, have you seen his eye? They got him on some medical grade shit right now. Did you see that, Zach?
No, really.
Like, he can't blink his left eye, like, at all. Like, they show him blinking, and he looks like a monster.
The NBA is better when the Knicks are good.
For sure.
God, fuck Kyle Lowry.
Wait, so is Oubre playing?
Yep.
Okay.
The amount that the justice system just lets athletes do whatever they want is incredible. Like, Rashee Rice would be in prison as a normal person.
People are talking about him getting like half a year suspension. Why are we so convinced that he's getting suspended this year?
Correct.
That doesn't make sense. Why would he get suspended?
3 years to suspend Alvin Kamara for something on film
at an NFL event. Yeah, I don't get it.
You know who's going to be sitting pretty? I think it's the Chiefs in this draft, staying at 32. If they get a couple tackles to fall here.
Yep. For sure. I think it's Jordan Morgan, but we shall see.
Yeah.
They need a left tackle, which is the thing, because they still got Jawan Taylor on the other side. And unfortunately, he's not the worst tackle on their team. He's bad, but yeah. They could go with Guyton as well, trying to replace Orlando Brown.
Love Guyton.
He seems like a Raven as well.
Yeah.
I think that's where I projected him, possibly.
It feels like anything the Ravens do. Like they're scary already.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, they took a tackle out of Oklahoma already. They could just do that again.
That'd be great.
They need it. They need a tackle pretty bad.
Yeah.
Jaguars are trading down. The Vikings came up now.
Ooh.
Fuck. The Vikings are going to take corner, aren't they?
I would assume so. Like, you see the Bears load up.
Oh, God.
I would take a corner for sure.
Please take Deshaun.
Him and Harrison Smith.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to talk about. Interesting. I respect the Vikings for being aggressive here. That's 2 trade ups by them.
Yeah.
Technically. So is that 3rd trade?
Second trade.
For sure.
They're
3.
both of them.
Oh yeah, I keep thinking there was another fucking trade.
Because Penix has got you screwed up, man.
He really fucking
It feels
does.
like he was traded. Fucking
Yeah.
damn it, Packers. You cannot let the Vikings trade up and get him like that. Come on.
Vikings are the only ones who understood the assignment. What's up, Compact Cards? Not sure how long ago you said that. Looks like 6 minutes, maybe. If you're still here, what's up? Who is your team? I'd like to know who your team is that you're rooting for and who you
This
want
pisses
them
me
to
off.
draft.
You know what's really
What if they-
good? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, what if the Vikings go double Michigan and overdraft Corum? That'd be fun
That would be fun.
for us.
Quick Trip mac and cheese is very good.
It is good. It's pretty similar to, I mean, I guess you're not going to understand this whatsoever, but it's pretty similar to Eau Claire used to have an Old Country buffet. It's the same mac and cheese.
Sure.
Pretty good.
It's like
Yeah, it's good.
it's like Bob Evans frozen mac and cheese.
Sure.
Another mac and cheese that is good, Cousin Subs. Same
Really?
supplier as Panera. Very good.
Oh,
I need to try Cousin Subs again. I have never given them a fair
I
shake.
love it.
Also, to be fair, you try it like in Eau Claire, which it's the only one there, but it's like 3 hours from all the close ones. So they have different food vendors there, and it's just not as good.
I've only had it catered for like football events, and it was dog shit.
Wow, Vikings are getting Dallas Turner.
Okay. So it's him and Greenard. Is that
Yeah.
who they got this offseason?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, again, it's the same thought process. Bullard. They got Greenard and Bullard. Same thought process as adding a corner where it's like we need to stop the pass, so add a pass rusher. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate getting pass rushers.
Vikings
This-
corners are a Caleb Evans, Josh Metellus, and Byron Murphy.
Where's Andrew Booth Jr.?
He is there. He's just not good.
I think I said
I was high on him, like not super high. I thought he could be something, and he is just
He's not done it.
I think I said this last year, probably every single year that we've done this draft. But you guys remember Mike Hughes? He's bad.
Yeah, he was bad. You're correct. Is he still in Cincinnati or no?
He can't be in the NFL.
He might be. Let's see.
So the trade, Vikings get
uh,
17, which they turn into Dallas Turner. Jaguars get 23, 167,
Oh, no.
and next year's 3rd and 4th.
Wow. Why? In terms for the Vikings, why
I don't
this
know.
year? Why now? I mean, if McCarthy hits, it's going to be a fun NFC North.
For sure.
Like, I don't know who the worst team is if he hits. I think it's still possibly the Vikings, but yeah, I don't know. I think injuries are going to decide the division after the Lions, probably.
Mike Hughes is in Atlanta for everyone. County at home.
Good for him. Proud of him.
20. That's good for the Jags, man.
I'm still not over Penix. Atlanta was really doing good shit this offseason.
Yeah.
Who's your safeties there? They got from Cincy. What's his name?
Von Bell.
No. 2 years ago.
Pull up the depth chart here.
Let's see. Falcons. Why can't I find them? There they are.
DeMarco Helm. Oh, Jesse Bates.
Jesse Bates. He's so good. Then they got AJ Terrell. They got
Micah Abernathy. Hell yeah.
fucking Kevin King's there.
Yeah, he is. Comeback player of the year.
Kevin King's if he's your 5th or 6th cornerback, cool. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Great Jarrett's a dog.
It's going to be awesome
Yeah.
when like some crazy, not crazy, but like some things have been, interesting about the draft, and the Packers still just take Amarius Mims.
What?
Like, we don't
When
know
did-
what's
Yeah.
going to happen except for the Packers.
When did Atlanta get Rondale Moore?
Hmm.
I must have missed that.
This offseason, yeah. Yeah.
And Darnell
He's been
Mooney,
one of my
damn.
favorite best ball picks. Yeah. I've been drafting Rondell Moore in the last round of almost every best ball draft. Because he might do something. And now we don't know who's throwing to him, but that's fine. I can't wait for the article where it's like, you know what? This is smart by the Falcons. They got Kirk Cousins, who's the passer, and Penix, who's the dual threat.
Right.
Someone's gonna say it. I
Yep.
guarantee it. Someone's gonna call him a dual threat.
We've seen it work for the Packers before. Can it work for the Falcons?
The
We've
Saints
seen
do
it.
it.
I was gonna say we've seen the Saints do it. Taysom Hill. Penix could just be Taysom Hill.
Right.
The Bengals are taking Amarius Mims.
Okay. Okay. I'm not 100% sure if he's gonna start, but I don't mind it. It's at least investing in
Oh.
Joe Burrow's health,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, like, it's about time. Let's stop trying to bring in shitty veterans.
Forgot Jameis Winston's at the Browns.
All right, this is the fourth time I've said this. Quinion Mitchell's definitely going here.
Who's on the clock?
The Rams.
He might
They
be going
need
at the
corner
spot.
bad.
He might be going at this spot. I'm not convinced it's the Rams.
It's either them or the Eagles, I think. I don't think there's a chance he gets back to Green Bay.
I think the Eagles need slot more than they need outside corner.
John.
It could be Cooper, could be Mim or Arnold, who I think is a slot. Okay. Mims. Man.
It's gonna be DeJean, right?
I mean, that's what I said at the beginning of the show, right? So I'm happy the Packers didn't end up with Mims because I didn't want to have to convince myself that I like him because I really don't.
I mean, to be fair, I would rather have DeJean over Mims.
No.
I would.
I
That's
wouldn't.
not saying much.
The conundrum is, would I rather have sound thinking and bad scouting, or decent scouting and bad thinking? Because
That's fair.
I don't think DeJean fits for what they want to do, but he's pretty good. But Mims, I don't think is that great. But we need a tackle. Like I don't know. I don't know. But if Mims can sit and learn this year for the most part, not bad. He could become a good player. What number was he drafted?
18.
18, okay.
So far, this is a really boring night for me doing corners.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not convinced Nate Wiggins is going to go as the third corner today.
Yeah, with the way it's falling, I don't think he's going in the first round.
Ooh, new Eminem album coming.
I hope it's good. So that means we got. Is there a date or no?
Summer 2024.
Okay, so we got a new Eminem album. We have a new Kendrick album, right?
Rumored.
Rumored. Okay.
New Eminem album called The Death of Slim Shady. That's not great.
Yeah, I don't love that.
50?
Why is there a picture of Caitlin Clark on my screen in the NFL draft?
Is she there?
No.
Oh.
They just have her picture in a Chiefs jersey. There are millions of successful people that have worn Chiefs shit. Show them. I don't need to see WNBA.
But she's got a nice jump shot. So
She does. Did you
Oh
see-
my God, I forgot it's Trent Brown that the Bengals got. They got two right tackles who can't move. What are they doing?
By the way, did you see DeJean say he thinks he could be Caitlin Clark one-on-one?
He was a dog in high school, man.
Cooper DeJean was fucking good at basketball. I think he could beat her one-on-one.
He might, yeah. If she went up for a layup, he'd block the shit out of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she couldn't defend him.
No.
but that's not really fair.
Apparently, the Eminem album is going to be the story of the death of Slim Shady.
Okay. I mean, I'll listen.
Oh,
I hope
for
it's
sure.
good. I hope it's great. I'm skeptical. We need someone to piss Eminem off.
Mhm.
It's really been downhill since Mariah pissed him off,
Yeah.
which also led to a great song from Mariah Carey.
Eh. I'm not a
It
Mariah.
was a
guy.
radio hit.
I'm not a Mariah Carey person either, but her song "Obsessed" is good, in my opinion.
Nothing else after Mims yet, right?
Nope.
No, they haven't even announced Mims yet.
Oh shit. Okay. I mean, yeah, this draft is kind of going fast because there isn't trades.
Right.
Like we're not taking 5 minutes trading and taking the other 5 minutes.
Here now they're announcing Mims.
Have you seen the video of the Falcons general manager talking to the owner, explaining why they took Penix?
No.
Is it
Blake's-
good?
I mean, I don't have any audio, but Arthur Blake is not happy.
Yeah, because he just spent all that fucking money on Kirk.
Yeah, well, that's like, he's like, I can't believe I got duped out of not picking Bill Belichick. Like, this is fucking stupid.
I would like to think that somewhere Kraft is in the room after they drafted that and they're all just fucking laughing.
For sure. I'm excited to watch back the McAfee broadcast just to see Bill Belichick's reaction to the Patriots pick, to the Falcons pick.
Mm-hmm.
That Falcons pick. I hope Bill's just like, yeah, I don't know. I hope he's just as confused. Like, no idea. I prepared for everything but that. Okay. Let's see. Rams are on the clock. That is crazy that the Vikings gave up a third and a fourth next year. And what, a fifth this year? Something like that?
They gave up 7. So to go from 23 to 17, they gave up 167 in next year's third and fourth.
Whatever, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's just those types of trades make you think like they think they're going to compete this year. And I don't know how you can believe that. Like, their defense is bad. No player trades either. I guess that's kind of notable.
That's
For
what I was saying
the,
before about like the AJ Brown thing.
Yeah.
for the Packers, should we not use Ari and watch it live to get our live reactions, or do you want to go out based off Ari?
It's the same thing, right? Like, we're still getting the
That's
words
fair.
on the screen. It does. I mean, Packers love versatile offensive linemen, so you could draft Fatano and try to play him at tackle since he's probably a guard. Like, that makes sense. It does feel like corner. Like, this whole day is felt that way. I love Jackson Powers Johnson, obviously. That's what I've been pitching. So if that comes to fruition, awesome. Otherwise, I think Arizona or Dallas will probably take him.
Sure.
Arizona seems like a good place for him, to be fair.
God damn.
I just don't think I think there's other bigger needs there.
They got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
50 out of Joel Embiid on 13
They
and 19
go
shooting.
Jared Verse.
Really? That's not bad. Jared Verse. Okay.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people project that, I think.
I like it.
Yeah, you really like Jared Verse.
I do.
I don't know. I think he's okay. I don't know. He's another one of those players. Like, I don't think he's bad. I just haven't really seen anything to impress me.
So a Falcons fan tweeted out how I would feel about who the Falcons pick. Tears of joy, perfectly fine with it. Don't like, but I'd cope. Killing myself. Penix Jr.
Jared Verse, Aaron Donald's still playing, right? At least he gets to work with Aaron Donald a little bit.
No, he retired.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. They need pass rush, obviously.
Oh shit.
Makes sense.
Did you give me Jared Verse, Zach?
It's either you or Aiden. I can look. I think it's Aiden, but we'll see.
Shout out to Aiden, man.
Yeah.
He's written a lot
Shout
of
out.
articles. Shout out to Aiden.
Yes, he has. Agreed. It's Aiden, so
Okay.
he's got it. That's the. Oh no, we might get one more edge in the first round. Then we might get Chop. Okay, so who's the best available wide receiver? Brian Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy.
That report that the Dolphins are obsessed with Xavier Worthy,
Can't
fucking
be true.
take him. Take him.
Right.
I hope you take him. Fuck the Dolphins. I hate them. I think the Bills are going to trade up. They get so. I love Brandon Beane. I think he's a terrific general manager. He gets paranoid during the draft, and then he just trades up to take somebody that would have fallen to him. So I can see him trading up. I still think he needs more of a speedy guy than Brian Thomas, but we'll see. I think I had him trading up for Franklin. I know they for sure like him. I think Mitchell fits them better, but I think they like Franklin more. But yeah, it would be surprising if Buffalo, obviously several picks away, it'd be surprising if they went anything other than receiver, I feel like.
Well, that's what I said on our stream last night. It feels like the most, like, other than the three quarterbacks, like, this is the most obvious position to take here in the whole draft.
They have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't risk not having somebody. That's the whole thing. Like there's other players that would fit needs, but
For sure.
yeah, I think I know they love Curtis Samuel. I know he's going to be a massive part of that offense, but you got to have somebody who's more of a field stretcher.
Yeah. Yep.
So at this point, there's no way the Packers trade up. They're gonna wait for sure at this point, right? Wouldn't you think?
What would I do? Yes,
I mean, yeah, we
wait.
would, but like,
yes.
The Packers
what defies
like,
logic, Trevor? What defies the most logic? Trading up? Then yes, it's on the board.
But all possible outcomes with Brian Gutekunst on the board.
Yeah. I would assume they wait.
I would say I will become a Brian Gutekunst fan if he trades up for Brian Thomas when he would have been there at 25. That would be very funny to trade up for a wide receiver.
God. It would be funny. I would be upset, but it would be very funny.
So now the Vikings have 3 picks in the next draft, a first and 2 fifths. Wow. That's bad.
They're gonna have to trade Justin Jefferson for some draft picks.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Fine with me.
They must just be like, we're just gonna kick the can essentially every year. So next year they're gonna trade 2026 picks for 2025, and
yeah, it's like what I do in Dynasty.
Exactly. It's not a bad strategy. Like we're gonna get out of here at some point. Mm-hmm. So
one of these years it's gonna hit.
Yeah, then you're good.
Who do you guys have Pittsburgh taking here?
Brian Thomas.
That would be fun.
No, that doesn't make sense. They need a slot. They don't need another outside guy. I mean, they need tackle.
Did you? I'm sorry. Before you go, did you see the interview? Deontay Johnson said he didn't know the Panthers coach when he was at dinner with them.
Yes,
I didn't see it, but I believe it. dude's dumb.
Yeah.
He's just a dumb guy.
Yeah.
I mean, personality wise, Brian Thomas fits for sure. I had them, and I regretted it as soon as I hit publish. I had them going Ladd McConkey. I think they could go McConkey next round, though. Like, every person who has like talked about how McConkey could slide and stuff, every time they talk about like he's just not a deep threat. He's not like a big play guy. He's not like super athletic. Why? Okay, so like he's the perfect slot wide receiver. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he is.
win at slot wide receiver. It's like saying, "Oh, Drake May is just not super fast," or like he can't tackle very well. Okay, fine. We won't have him tackle. That's fine. Like Ladd
Pick-
McConkey's not going to be a deep threat. It's okay.
Pick is in for the Steelers. Come on, Ari.
Please let it be someone fun.
Could be Fatanu. Could be
Offensive
Guyton.
line would make sense.
I could see Guyton. He feels
Oh,
like
that'd
a
be fun.
Steeler. Yeah, otherwise they don't really need other defensive guys who are available, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, it'd be wide receiver or O-line. Has to be.
Do you think
Maybe corner. They could go corner. That'd be fine.
Kool-Aid.
Do you think, yeah, Kool-Aid would make sense there. Do you think Mitchell's falling also, obviously defense is a big thing, but also because he went to Toledo? Or no?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's teams who don't watch.
Oh,
They
it
went-
is Fatanu.
Fatanu.
Sorry to cut
That's
you
a
off.
good pick. That's a good pick. I mean, they
Carry
could use
on.
guard tackle versatility, but there's teams who just don't really watch or put much weight into like Senior Bowl stuff and stuff like that. So if you don't put stock into what they do against other good players, then you're only looking at what Mitchell did against teams that played Toledo, and you can't compare it. Like yes, he was the best player on the field. Yes, I think he's a good player, but playing well at Toledo against Toledo competition doesn't mean anything,
Right.
truthfully. So
It was fun that he
you
had
know.
4 pick sixes in one game, though. That was fun.
he's great. He's a really, really good player. But if you're not watching him against other good players, then
Yeah.
it's a risk.
This will be really interesting to see how the rest of this shakes out. Because the Packers are going to have a very good cornerback sitting there for them.
Yep.
Because Miami's not going to take one. Philly might. Dallas won't. So they're going to have one of Terry and Arnold and Quinny Mitchell there. And Kool-Aid. And they're going to take fucking Cooper DeJean.
No, I mean, I think Cooper is a good player. I just don't think we have a space for him.
Exactly.
If the Packers have good corners on the board, they're gonna take the bad corner.
Yep.
like they'll draft the need. That's
Wait a
fine.
second. Who's 20?
Did I lose you?
I lost you too, Trevor.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Who's 21 here?
I don't know. Let me look. The Dolphins. They need Barton.
Oh, no, my bad. I meant 21 years old because we only draft 21-year-olds.
Oh.
Kool-Aid, right?
I think they're actually all 21. Kool-Aid
Yeah,
might be
probably.
22, though.
Who do the Steelers have at the other tackle? Dan Moore. Okay. I mean, they could play him at either tackle or guard, to be honest.
I just want to say, if we take Kamari Lassiter, cornerback from Georgia,
Yeah.
I'm done with this fucking team. There is no world in which he should be taken in the first round or above some of these guys.
I mean, I think Brian Gutekunst likes to scout in groups. So we went Georgia. We went Iowa last year. He's still watching the same tape. So we'll go Iowa this year with Cooper. And then next year we'll draft somebody new.
From
another
Alabama.
kid. Yeah, maybe Alabama, maybe something like that. And then we'll know the year after what they're going to do. They really fall in love with players. That's kind of maybe the Packers' downfall. They fall in love with like personalities, but not in a good way. Like not like oh, they're a good team guy. It's like, oh, this guy is old school Packer, which Cooper DeJean is. For sure.
I think JJ McCarthy could be good at Minnesota.
Oh, 100%. I think he is going to be good.
Yeah.
You just got to throw the ball on time and look
Yeah.
to the right place. Oh, shit.
Is Cam Hayward one of the most underappreciated defensive linemen in recent history? Because I
He's a
swear we
Hall of
always
Famer.
talk about him weeks 1 through 3, and then nobody talks about him again. They just point to TJ Watt. Dude's a monster.
Yeah, he got hurt last year, but he is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think I said last year on one of the streams, I said he's the best D-tackle in the league. I think he's better than Aaron Donald. And I still think that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that.
They're different players.
Right.
But yeah, he's not as good of a pass rusher, obviously.
The fact that his suit is that big and his arms are still so tight around the suit is insane.
Fatanu grew up a Steelers fan because of Palomalu. So obviously he was going to go there.
I don't like Palomalu.
I respect him.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
yeah, that's how I am.
He was so good.
Yeah. I was an Ed Reed guy.
Yeah, same. Okay. Well, Dolphins, if they don't go Barton, I think it's irresponsible once again. Like, their offensive line's bad this year, and then next year they'll probably lose Armstead as well. Like, they're just falling off a cliff right now.
Yeah.
So assuming they go interior line, Eagles are up with Mitchell or Arnold. We have the Jaguars who could do the same thing if they wanted.
Yeah.
Cowboys could go Jackson. And then Packers. I wouldn't mind Cowboy or wouldn't who is the slot for the Cowboys?
I feel like Terrion Arnold is a Eagles
Jordan
name.
Lewis. Yeah,
Eagles or Raiders.
I know the Eagles like him. Will he be the pick? I don't know, but I promise there's a reason I had him as the player they trade up for. I hope the Eagles trade up one draft pick just to keep the streak alive.
Yeah.
Has a team ever traded up into a pick and then traded out immediately? That would be fun.
Oh shit, the guy's not here. Maybe.
Dolphins pick is in.
If it's not guard with Barton, I would assume it's D tackle with Newton,
I'd assume.
but we'll see.
Trevor, I think another argument to be made for this being not a very fun draft is really nobody sliding.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it was Turner, and then the Vikings went up to grab him immediately.
Like you don't have a quarterback still sitting in the green room, waiting for his name to be called.
I know. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Levis was awesome when his girlfriend left him. That was funny.
That was funny. I'm not convinced Turner is really a slide, though, either.
No. Because it's just not needed.
And like I said, like if there's any true talent in this draft, like Latu, I think is by far the best edge rusher, but
Yeah.
Miami goes Chop Robinson.
Okay. I mean, after having like 3 edge rushers in a row tear their Achilles last year, I suppose, but
It makes sense.
they need offensive line pretty bad. But there's still guards that are going to be on the board in the second round. That's surprising. So, start to prepare yourself for the Packers drafting Graham Barton. Just so you know.
I was just about to say I saw him there. He seems like a Packer pick. He's not bad though, right? You don't hate him?
I don't hate him if we play him inside.
That was 21, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been starting at left tackle, and he's not that, but everyone's going to talk about, oh, he's got tackle experience. Like, great, that's fine. He's a center or a guard. People have been comparing him, all the super Packer experts have been comparing him to Zach Tom in that respect. So I can't remember who said it. It might have been Andy Herman, but like, if the Packers could use their first round pick to draft another Zach Tom, wouldn't you love that? So I think they all think he's Zach Tom and that he can play tackle, but certainly not the case.
This is not a shot at him. I'm just genuinely curious. Who pays Andy Herman?
I don't know. I mean, who's he?
That's a good question.
Is he a USA Today guy? I honestly don't know. Who pays Nagler?
Cheesehead TV, right?
Maybe his
I don't
ex-wife.
know. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's who's doing the draft party with AJ Dillon at the bar. Is Cheesehead TV.
There is not one place I'd want to be less for the draft. They could say Tory Taylor and they'd cheer it.
True. I'm all for good vibes. It's just
It's too much.
like, let's be responsible here. Like, I don't want to be treated like I'm an idiot. That's all it is. Like, don't give me a piece of shit and tell me it's great.
Packers should trade up to get a new starting quarterback. I don't know about that one. No named YouTube commenter, but
Never too early. Never too early.
So what you thought before?
fair enough.
Spencer Rattler.
How is Cooper
Joe
DeJean 1 and Quinton Mitchell is 5 on Mel's best available?
Really?
Brian Thomas is 2, Xavier Worthy's 3, Graham Barton's 4.
Because Cooper's got that versatility.
Like, what are we doing, dude?
The picture of Brock Bowers' dad got drafted.
Yeah.
Said, this looks like a man who's not allowed back in Vegas and his family has no idea.
Yep. If you're his girlfriend too, you got to be like, not Vegas, not Vegas, not Vegas.
Right?
There's been a few of those picks today where it's like, it's not a need. Why'd they do that?
Yeah.
Teams are going best available more than team need, I guess.
People are drafting like Green Bay.
I guess.
Yeah, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Fields going down to make Robinson makes sense.
It does, but I mean, I guess, I don't know where they're going to be at. They're going to take a while to recover, more so than a quarterback, I suppose. But, if you don't repair your interior offensive line, Tua is going to get hurt. Okay, who's on the board? Eagles. How's Quinion Mitchell here?
I don't know.
Him, Tyrion Arnold. Got to be one of the two.
I think it's going to be Arnold and then Mitchell. But then again, if the Jags wanted Mitchell, why did they trade down? Like there's no way they could have known he was gonna survive another 6 picks.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe they saw all the cornerbacks falling and said we're fine with him or McKinstry. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Or Cooper. Yeah. They're like, we'll take one of the corners who's there.
Now
That
they're
would
licking
make
their
s-
chops. Come
Yeah,
on,
that would make
Packers, do
sense.
something. I know you won't, but
No, there's no reason to trade up now.
no.
No.
I want them to do it for the memes though. Like when it doesn't matter, we trade up.
What's the worst pick they could make here? Is it D tackle?
Probably, yeah. We can't read it; it's backwards.
Oh, Michael Penix seeing the Falcons draft him.
Honestly, like what are we doing?
Honestly, the worst pick would probably be Jerzon Newton.
It has to be, yeah. That might be the only pick I'd be outwardly upset about.
The first comment on that post was Atlanta's playing in a super flex league.
I don't care what anybody says, man. Twitter can never die.
It's so good.
People are stupid, but Twitter users are awesome.
Although Instagram comments are where it's at now. The Instagram reel comments.
It's true. Eagles taking their time here.
Are they going to start a new trend by trading down?
With the Packers will add their first second-round pick.
That'd be great.
Honestly, we might as well gift them one of our thirds, you know?
With the way this board's going, too, Washington may not need to trade into the end of the first round. Getting that fifth year option is still nice, but man.
Oh, man, does Quinion Mitchell look depressed. Holy shit. Oh, man.
What a weird draft. It's not super fun. Teams are... I don't know what they're doing.
There has been some... It is kind of fun in the sense that, like, when are these guys going to go, though, at least? Like, they're not sliders, but, you know, you're still questioning about them.
Okay. Eagles pick is in.
Quinion Mitchell.
Fuck.
Fuck!
Huh?
Good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, great pick. So potentially Arnold to Jacksonville. And then I would assume Barton to Dallas. Barton or Jackson. Cooper to Green Bay.
Imagine Nate Wiggins and Jair Alexander together. That's like just losing brain cells like no tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Shaping up for Tampa to draft a center as well. Center or guard. I mean, if the Packers wanted to reach, they could take a linebacker. Wouldn't be the biggest surprise.
What's the reason that linebackers aren't more coveted in the draft? Has it just been bad classes lately?
Yeah, they just haven't been great.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're starting to see a little bit more of a transition back to 4-3 as well. And it's just,
Sure.
you know, it's easier to find a 3-4 inside linebacker than a 4-3 plus a 4-3. It's impossible to find a 4-3 outside backer.
Right.
I mean, to be honest, he's a little undersized, but We could play Cooper DeJean at outside backer. It wouldn't upset me. I think he needs to put on a little bit more, but he'd be fun there. That's where he would be the most fun, I think. He could play the outside backer in base, and then when we move to nickel, he just takes over the slot.
You talk yourself into it, Zach.
I am, but I know I understand if we go with that pick and I'm content with it, that's just not how we're going to use him. If he's a fucking free safety chasing after Justin Jefferson on a go route, that's where I'm going to lose my mind because he's not fast enough for that.
I don't care what he ran at a pro day. Nothing on tape tells me he's that fast ever in game.
No, I don't care about straight line speed. Who cares?
This hurts a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
How often are you running 40 yards in a straight line?
Almost never.
Unless you're DK Metcalf or something.
Deshaun Jackson.
Right. Yeah. Then it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Where does the NFL draft rank on sporting events?
I love it. I love all 3 days.
Yeah.
To be fair. I think day 2 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Day 3 gets to be.
It gets a little long.
A bit much. Yeah. I don't ever watch day 3, I feel like. I just keep track of it.
It's like something you keep on in the background or whatever if you're doing stuff around the house or anything.
Yeah.
The NFL draft is a thing too, like March Madness though, where everybody thinks they're an expert on it.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Yeah. Which is fun. It's great and it's terrible.
Right.
Mitchell looks so sad even still. Like, dude, you were just drafted and he looks like somebody shot his dog.
He's ready to go to work. He couldn't ask for much more, though.
Yeah.
Neither could the Eagles. The Eagles stay put, get the best cornerback in the draft. They do it again. And then he gets to go to a team that's looking to compete.
And also, he doesn't have to slot in as the number 1 corner on a dog shit team.
Right, yeah. They still got Slay. And there's other people, like Bradbury's there. I think he's for sure losing a step, but he's smart. You can learn from him.
I love seeing cornerback highlights when the quarterback underthrows the ball by 20 yards. It's my favorite pastime. It's every year.
After one more year with him at quarterback, I think I'm going to have to create a Jordan Love best highlights, and it's just going to be all of his underthrown, great completed plays downfield. It's just a Romeo Dobbs mixtape, essentially. But
right.
Yeah, that's his best play. He's great at it.
Shout out Romeo Dobbs, man.
Yeah, he's solid. People have been really talking highly of Christian Watson lately.
Oh, is that anything new?
From non-Green Bay people have been talking highly of him.
People are getting hard because he has the hamstring is rebuilt, is what I've heard many times.
It's rebuilt
from the doctor that he went to.
Okay, that's great. I guess.
Right.
I don't really care what's going on in the off season, but good news is good news. It's better than him being like, you know what, you're kind of fucked. Like, your hamstring looks like cottage cheese.
Jacksonville pick is in. First time Howie Roseman has ever drafted a cornerback in the first.
Yeah, I did see that before the draft. So yeah, Jacksonville, I would assume is Arnold here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Deshaun.
I would love it if it was Deshaun, but it's going to be Arnold.
Man, the Packers could get Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, no shit. They won't.
I'm just gonna be happy. That's gonna be weird.
There's no shot we get Terrion Arnold because even if he's there, we're not going to draft him.
That's when that would be the setup for me to actually get super pissed by the pick. Is if Terrion Arnold's sitting there, that's like, okay, we pass on him for Kool-Aid.
Or we do what we did with TJ Watt.
Oh,
Trey
that
Brown.
is the pick. That is the pick. We're gonna have two Alabama corners, and we'll take the worst one, just like we did with Stokes.
I would still rather have McKinstry over Deshaun. I'm sorry, I don't want a white guy playing cornerback for me. I don't want it. They take Brian
he's not,
Thomas.
though. Okay. So, fuck. Okay, so Cowboys up. Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be JPJ, right?
No, I mean, I don't know. You would think a team trades up for Terrion Arnold, but maybe not. Cowboys desperately need help on the offensive line. So you would think it's Barton or JPJ. But they could just go best available with one of the corners. They could go Tyler Guyton as well. That makes sense. Start him next to what's his face?
We're gonna draft Nate Wiggins, aren't we?
We might.
Like Stokes didn't work. Let's try Wiggins.
If we draft a corner, do we get to finally admit that Eric Stokes was a bad pick?
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't think we will, but I hope we do that because that was a terrible pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. Let's do that. Packers have 2 second-round picks. We can move up and take one of the top tackles still if we want to.
I didn't
Packers
know
are
that
in a good position.
they are. I didn't know that Jacksonville tried to trade for Brandon Ayuk.
Did they? Okay. Makes sense that it was denied.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville brought in Gabe Davis. So it's Gabe Davis, Kirk, and Thomas. That's interesting.
Yeah. Is that it?
Engram.
Was Kirk the only receiver there? Oh, Ridley, I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he left. They replaced Ridley with Gabe Davis. What's Gabe Davis's dynasty value after that pick?
So
He's weird.
Gabe Davis to me has always been the guy that you throw in just to spice up your package a little bit, and I don't know that that's any different because people love Trevor Lawrence.
They do. This is. I'm fully not sold on Trevor Lawrence, I guess, but man, I still don't know who the number 1 receiver is. I don't think they got one.
I don't think it's wrong to say Evan Ingram.
I guess, but even still, like you get down in like must win situations here. It's like who's going to play the X, who's going to do this.
Right.
I'm not convinced Brian Thomas is better than Gabe Davis, and I'm not saying Gabe Davis is phenomenal. I just don't know. That's an odd team.
It was a sad exit for Jacksonville last year, man.
I don't even remember what happened.
Actually, was it sad? Because everybody was hopping on their bandwagon after they lucked into a win over Brandon Staley.
Yeah, I love Doug Peterson, but that's about it for that team, I think.
Yeah.
For me.
I remember their whole season blew up. They lost like 7 games in a row or whatever it was.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
Made a bunch of money.
All right. 24. So who do you think they're going with here, Zach? Offensive line, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't hate Barton to replace or JPJ to replace at center. They also could go Guyton and move Tyler Smith to guard where he should be. Certainly a possibility. But I mean, I would not fault them for going Arnold. I wouldn't fault them at all. If you can have a cornerback trio of Diggs, Bland, and Arnold.
Pretty good.
That's great.
You're not confident throwing anywhere. Yeah.
And no Dan Quinn now.
True. That's true. That's a big hit. Still got Al Harris there, I think.
Shout out Al.
Shout out Big Al. Tony Khan is wearing a neck brace in the draft room. I love the bit.
It is good. He's a loser, but I do like it.
Did you see how he got punched in the stomach and then forgot to sell the stomach for 10 seconds?
So
I
good.
did. I did. Man.
The Cowboys are the one team that would take Arnold because he's the best available.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What?
What is Bell's palsy?
It's a disease, isn't it?
I don't know. Woj said Joel Embiid was treated for it in the past week.
I feel like it's a shaking thing. I might be wrong though.
Facial
Bell's-
paralysis.
That's what that right
That's
eye.
what's wrong with his eye.
Because he was wearing sunglasses like dribbling before shoot around too.
Yeah. Huh. All right, sorry.
Imagine having facial paralysis and a fucked up knee and going, time to play the Knicks.
And dropping
Them it
50.
out.
Yeah. And drop 50, yeah. Man. Are the Cowboys going to ruin... How... Can they even ruin the Packers' plans here? I don't understand what
No.
they could even do.
Green Bay gets Terry and Arnold and Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, Packers got to love that. Because either they get the second best cornerback in the draft or first, depending on how you look at it, or they get the guy that all the fans like. Or they can trade down and do whatever the fuck they want like they usually do.
They should trade down.
Yeah.
If you could get like 3 early second-round picks just to fuck around with, yeah, I would do that.
Theoretically, 3 early seconds, depending on where they are, you could go Newbin at safety. Well, maybe not early, but you could probably get a safety, linebacker, and a maybe not corner, but
You know who you
Good
fucking
spot
call?
there.
You call Washington. If you can get Washington's 2 second-rounders for this pick because they really love somebody, and you can have
Yeah.
those 4, then you'd have 4 second-round picks. Then you just eat.
Cowboys are trading down.
with who?
Ooh, here we go.
I don't like this.
Someone's coming up for Arnold. It's got to be.
Yeah. It's the Packers.
If the Packers trade, this is the Packers move. They trade up and then they draft someone low. Then they they trade up for Kool-Aid.
Right.
Oh, man.
The Lions.
The
Let's go.
Lions.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to
That's
take
fu-
Arnold. They're
They
gonna take
are.
Arnold.
What a play. What a play by Detroit. They just draft good players. I love it.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That helps Lions defense a lot.
Dude, the Lions fans are going to go fucking nuts when this is announced.
Yeah.
I wonder how much they gave up.
How many spots was it?
5. The Lions were 29. It looks like, according to ESPN, they still have their 29th pick.
It might be a little bit.
No,
I
they
can't
don't.
imagine that's true.
NFL has it updated. Dallas is 29.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a great move in front of your home crowd.
In front of a division rival, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. What? That is fun. That is very fun. Good for them.
I love that the Lions get a great. Yep, Terry and Arnold. Fuck, man. God damn it.
So, wow. Okay. So he's probably playing outside then, though, which I think he's not. I think he's going to be better in the slot, but he's still going to be good outside. But you got to keep Brian Branch in the slot. He's an animal there, obviously.
Yeah.
So now if Detroit can just get an edge rusher or some interior pass rush in the second round or third round, they're going to be sitting pretty. What a day. A couple days for Lions. Good for them. Extensions, trades.
Damn.
Is that the third trade then? Or no?
Yes. Yes, I think.
I just looked over at the McAfee stream. Bill Belichick's laughing, so that's a good deal. That's good news. He's having a good time.
Oh boy.
It looks like they took off the magician thing.
Oh, so we missed
some-
it? I haven't
Something
seen it.
happened.
I feel like it'd be on Twitter about it.
I'm gonna look at McAfee's Twitter. They might have had something.
So the Lions get 24 and a 7th pick next year, and the Cowboys get 29 and 73. That's good for the Cowboys.
For sure.
Yeah, it is. Bill Belichick's a big fan of Jared Verse.
Hell yeah.
Oh, they had Sean Payton call in, had Bill Belichick interview him. That's fun. Most accurate passer in college football history, says Sean Payton about Bo Nix.
That makes sense.
He could be good in that system. It takes a special person to play in that system, and it's not
Drew Brees.
you have to have the most talent. Oh my God. Chris Ballard for the Colts called in. His hair is fucking bad. Holy shit. I'm an hour in the past and I still don't see anything. Oh, there it is. So he predicted something. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Got the first 13 picks correct.
Yeah, I got it up right here.
Can we bring that closer, that second envelope, Mel?
Yeah, you bet.
How do you do that?
Closer
That's
to
been
where?
taped
No,
to
no,
his
hold on.
chest.
Bring that to Darius. Bring that to Darius.
Dave, there you go.
Man, this is...
There you go, pal.
Hey, you're a demon, Oz.
Mel,
You're a hybrid.
I want to know, because everyone always thinks it's a Super Bowl, and we've been spoiled. The last couple Super Bowls have been out of control.
You shapeshifter?
Is this thing taped everywhere?
It's taped.
Darius, you make
It's
sure.
taped
Get
good.
in tight,
It's
close to
taped.
me. Make sure we can see that. Take this little safety opener, slice the top. You want me to do it?
Careful.
Or you want to do it?
Careful.
Careful with that
Come
thing.
on, don't hurt D-Butt.
Don't hurt
Don't
those
let
hands.
O's have that.
Yeah, please. We don't know what he can do with
Too
it.
I
sharp.
like how Darius is showing us he doesn't open
You ever
his own
killed
mail right
anybody
now. I
else?
like that.
Well,
Like
no one
flex.
opens mail with
Okay,
one of
before
those
you go in,
goddamn things.
before
I mean,
you
you
do
can
a
make
deep
him disappear.
dive, do you see? Imagine that you know. Do you see how there's two different pieces
He
of
didn't
paper in there?
answer.
Imagine that you somehow know the game of the year next season. Okay? I don't know if it's, first week, 16th week. I don't know if it's AFC Championship, NFC. I don't know what you're going to do.
Okay.
But tell us, what are the two teams that you're seeing in this game? Say it.
Packers and 49ers.
Packers and 49. Who thinks that's a good matchup?
Oh,
What do you
great.
think,
Oh,
Coach?
man.
Great matchup.
Championship.
Can't wait for it.
And who do you think is going to win
be
that
locked.
game? Who do you think is going to win that game?
Packers 34.
Whoa, you already have the score? Hold on. I don't want to touch. Grab this out, Derek. Take that piece out. I don't want to touch the orange one.
Stop fucking touching.
Not the blue one. Not the blue
Don't
one.
touch
Not
it,
the blue
Oz.
one. Just the orange.
Okay,
How many
what's the
fucking
The
things?
blue
Oh,
one.
jeez.
Pat, you hold this.
Yes,
so
sir.
No one touches.
Yeah, nobody touches.
What did you say score was?
The Packers 34, Niners 27.
Tell me on your life. Did I tell you to say anything? Did I
You
say
did it, and I swear to God, if you get this right, I'm gonna rip
Darius.
your fucking head off.
Tell him the game of the year.
Oh, my
Read
God.
It to him. Read it to him,
Come
please.
on, bro.
Read him to him. Packers
This guy's a freak.
beat the
Get the
49ers
fuck outta here,
34-27. Remember this screen grab when it happens this season.
What?
Interesting. Okay. Wasn't as impressive as I thought it would be. Packers get Jordan Morgan. So Packers
Okay.
get a left tackle who can play guard. They got the versatility there. He's not a bad player. Far from the best lineman on the board, but I'm not upset by it. How about that?
Yeah, I
He's
don't
gonna
think you
play
can.
left. He'll play left tackle. Will he be great? No. Will fans be like, hey, we should have Rasheed Walker in there? Yes. He's going to have some struggles early on, but he's okay. He's pretty good. If I had to grade it, I'd be like B.
Immediate B.
B minus.
It's a need.
It's so unexciting.
Yeah.
We distracted.
We
him.
went from Carrion Arnold or Quinion Mitchell to fucking Jordan Morgan in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck this, man. Like, and that's not even the worst pick. That's the sad part. Like, it's not a bad pick.
I am surprised they went him over Guyton for what it's worth. I think he might be more pro ready than Guyton. Guyton, I think's upside's way higher. But yeah. Interesting.
We're taking a guy who doesn't have as high of an upside as somebody else in the draft that's on the board. Shocker.
I mean, that's not. It is what it is. Like, Packers are looking to win this year, supposedly, and they need to because this is their
They made that pick pretty quick.
championship window. They did. That was their guy. I'm happy they didn't trade up for him.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be the Packers move.
Do you think if Arnold was still there, they would have taken him with how quickly they put that pick in?
No.
I don't think so. Seems like they had their mindset on.
Like, if they're going to
And
take
obviously-
Arnold, then it feels like they're going to take a corner, and then,
Actually, that's not true. They may have. We may be like, we might get something from Gutekunst. Like, we thought someone was going to fall there, and
Yeah.
we had we're really preparing on that, and we're almost caught off guard and went Jordan Morgan. We might. He won't say that specifically, obviously, but that might be the thing, which would be ridiculous, but possible.
Yeah, to say you were caught off guard that Terrion Arnold didn't fall to 25 would be very funny.
But yeah, 6'5" tackle. So undersized. That means we have 2 undersized tackles now. I would assume Zach Tom stays at right tackle.
Probably.
Given this pick. So it can't help on both sides. So we could, but that wouldn't be great. We'll see.
Hot take: the Jared Goff chant's old. Like, man, we're past that. The season's over. Let it die.
You got to think of the Lions. They've had no success, and Jared Goff was the one to somehow bring it to them.
But like, you can't chant like any other chant. It's got to be just somebody's name.
Hard to chant Penei Sewell or Amon Ra. Dan Campbell's not even a good chant. We also now, which I think the Packers may really struggle to run outside.
Elaborate.
I don't. We've been so good at that outside stretch, the outside zone with Aaron
Yeah.
Jones, where we have some stronger, both tight ends and tackles on the outside, really creating lanes there, and then that cutback. When you're on the outside zone, that cutback by the center is the most important thing.
Sure.
Now we have 2 tackles that really are going to struggle, I think, moving people in the run game. I think both of them are finesse guys. So we may be looking at running guard to guard, which kind of is Josh Jacobs anyways, but that really limits what the defense has to, pay attention to.
Terry Arnold's in the crowd hugging all the fans.
Great move too.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. But yeah, we'll see. At some point, the Packers are going to draft like a 6'7" tackle, and he's just going to be a monster.
That was going to be this year.
I am
Save here.
I am interested to see where the Packers get corner though this year.
I
I
think we paid him. I think we're invested in Stokes, and we put money into Nixon. We did it
because like it falls off a fucking cliff unless they pull up in the second round.
Shout out Stu. What up, brother?
Yeah, corner on the Packers board. I'm telling you, corner wasn't the need.
Probably not. No.
Like they could have gone Cooper for not corner reasons. It's just Packers in their mind, they invested in corner. Whether you believe it or not, that's different. But they've convinced themselves. I wish the Packers drafted Rattler. That'd be fun. Okay, so what are we at now? We got some good linemen on the board. Really good linemen. Tampa, I could really see going Barton or JPJ. And we could see Arizona possibly taking the other or going Nate Wiggins, I think.
Real quick, I do like the visual of that Packer fan being incredibly disappointed we didn't take DeJean.
Was he?
DeJean.
Yeah. Packer fans are going to hate this pick because
it fills the need.
Kind of. Like, it doesn't fill the need perfectly, and then there's just other guys that every Packers mock drafter put there.
Right.
No one put Morgan there. So I like him though. I mean, he's whatever. He's a depth guy. I will say that. I think he's a depth guy. Certainly opens the door for Guyton to go to either Baltimore or Kansas City, though. That feels destined.
It's gonna be a monster at either of those.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's not a sexy pick. It's a pick that fills a hole to some degree. It's a pick that
Rappaport's doing what I was talking about before, or saying what I was talking about before. Apparently, and again, take it with a grain of salt with everything we've heard so far. Apparently, there's a lot of action for teams trying to trade up into the late 20s. So trying to get that fifth-year option, probably for tackle, something like that. So we'll see if Washington makes a play up into there.
Why the fuck are there so many people in the Packers draft room?
A lot of owners. There's no, it's a committee approach with everything Green Bay does.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. If you got 1 million owners,
you lose Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Jones in 3 straight off seasons.
True. They cleaned house.
Yep.
They're trying to put their stamp on this organization.
Gutekunst built his team.
Right. We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does. I don't understand general managers' ego to do that, but if it works, then you are forever in the history.
Yep. He came in, he built his team, and he brainwashed everyone into thinking Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams were bad people.
That's the part that bothers me a lot.
Yep.
It really bothers me how effective Packers media has been.
Yep. How he came in and played victim the entire time, making Rodgers and Devontae seem like the horrible people that they are.
I know.
Stu, if you wanted DeJean, obviously the Iowa guy.
I'm interested to see who takes him and what they do with him. If they take him and put him at like nickel, put him at outside backer in a 4-3, that could be super interesting.
Yeah.
Use him almost like an Isaiah Simmons player at times. I don't know. We'll see. Bucks got Graham Barton. So again, he's played at left tackle. I think he started a little bit at center his freshman year. He's an inside guy. So he'll probably be their new center, but he could certainly play guard perfectly well as well. He's a really good player. Yeah, even Ari said considered one of the safer picks in the draft. That's definitely fair.
Yep.
Like him, JPJ, no one should feel a little bit worried by drafting them. What number did the Cowboys trade to?
29.
Interesting. And teams are trying to trade there, probably trying to trade up because they're not going to get. Well, maybe Buffalo would trade back because I feel like all the wide receivers right now are kind of in one tier. Maybe they would. What draft pick was this? 26? Yeah.
Packers are up in 16 picks, guys.
Boy, we're ready to make some moves. I bet we make a trade right away tomorrow. Packers like to do stuff like that.
Yep.
For as unloved as Morgan may be by some, if they get Newman or a safety in the first pick of the second round, at least for need, they're right where they need to be.
It depends on the safety. Well, they don't need to do it, by the way.
No.
If the Packers go out and sign Justin Simmons, all is well.
That's true.
They should do that tonight.
They should. Because then if they could do that, you could go Edgerrin Cooper or maybe Peyton Wilson. You never know.
The whole defense looks different. If you have Justin Simmons just playing center field, it's great. I have a feeling the old school Packer fans aren't going to like Morgan just because he's not really an old school lineman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's more willing to play patty cake than, go hit somebody.
Got quick hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, he's not a white guy from the Plains. If
True.
he was a white guy from the Plains, we'd call him Brian Bulaga 2.0.
My whole thing is, who is he going to be blocking at end that scares you in the division? I think Aiden Hutchinson will be on the other side. So in terms of pass protection, I'm not really, and I think Montez Sweat would be on the other side. Maybe not, but I think he would be. I'm not really afraid of that many edge rushers in the division. I kind of want to just move bodies.
Who's the new guy that Minnesota got from Texans? Is he a linebacker or is he an edge? I don't remember.
He's an edge.
Okay, would he also be on the other side?
I don't know. I'm not sure what they would do with him.
I mean, he doesn't completely scare me. He's not Aiden Hutchinson, in my opinion, but I mean, that would still be a name that I'd look at.
And he's a guy who would scare me more than Aiden Hutchinson, I think, just because, because the way he against Morgan, I think he's just going to bully him. Whereas I think Aiden Hutchinson doesn't just bully people. I think he's more skilled. But Morgan's a guy I think can just get tossed around. He'll just get thrown. At least his rookie year,
Right.
He can certainly get stronger. There's only so much weight he can put on just because he's not that big. But,
So we're coming down to the end of the first round. Who do you guys think won the first round? It didn't really feel like anybody necessarily like won it specifically so far yet.
I mean, how do you not say like Chicago?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chicago, maybe Arizona, depending on what they do here.
Right.
Cardinals took Darius Robinson. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't like that at all. The Bears didn't have to work for it, but yeah, I think they've had the best start.
Yeah.
I think
Minnesota's
the
not bad. Yeah.
I think the Vikings did a good job.
But next year they are in trouble.
For sure. For right now, I think they did a good job.
Maybe Lions.
But Lions did so well.
Yeah. I
For
think
a variety of reasons.
I think if the Chiefs get Tyler Guyton, they incredible.
Yeah. I think we could see the 49ers trade out here. That
Sure.
would be my guess. If there's one more trade, I think it goes there.
Xavier Worthy going to the Bills here?
Maybe. I would assume. Okay, so if we're predicting the last 5 picks here, I'm going to go wide receiver. My guess is Franklin or Mitchell. I'm going to go JPJ with Dallas. I'm going to go Guyton with Baltimore. I'm going to go trade with the 49ers for Cooper, maybe. Someone's going to come and get Cooper. Actually, Cooper might go to the Bills here as well. Watch for that. And then I would say, who's another tackle? If Guyton's not there, I don't think the Chiefs go tackle. I think the Chiefs might trade out. They would go wide receiver or trade out.
Yeah, probably, right.
They could go Cooper. I don't think they will.
Chiefs are going to go Xavier Worthy, and it's all going to be the whole offseason. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, strongest arm of all time. Imagine this.
Yeah, no kidding. They should go for a Lad McConkey. I think that could be interesting there.
That'd be
Someone
fun.
who's actually effective underneath. It's not Sky Moore.
Right. Yeah, that'd be fun. I forgot that they got Marquise Brown, too.
I know. When we were talking about how Chiefs GM or whatever, whoever said Kadarius Toney's the most effective or most talented receiver on the roster, Marquise Brown didn't even register for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Whatever.
So, to that point, Trevor, anyone I think I know what the answer is going to be, but horrible fucking pick, lost the first round.
Who?
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
This is also funny. So Ari said the Falcons give Kirk Cousins the Aaron Rodgers treatment, and he's going to be Atlanta's Jordan Love. Not even, because Aaron Rodgers may not have came back. Kirk Cousins, they just signed.
Well, that and age-wise, Jordan Love came into the draft young. Penix comes into the draft old.
Also, Aaron Rodgers won 2 MVPs after this, and Kirk Cousins not winning 2 MVPs in a row.
No. Yeah, it makes no sense. You can't justify what they did.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bills are trading 28 to the Chiefs. Well, this has never gone horribly for them in their career.
Okay, so
why the fuck
wow,
would
with the
do that?
Chiefs? Yeah, why would they
Bills
do that for the? Here you go, Kansas City. Will you help us out later?
That's like the Lakers trading with the Nuggets.
They had to have paid them so much. So they're coming up for Guyton, right? They want to make sure nobody else comes up to grab him?
Yeah, it gotta be.
Has to be.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, Chiefs had to have given up a shit ton. And if not, Bills should just... I love Brandon Beane, but you got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain teams you just don't help out.
If they
can't help them out.
Yeah, yep.
I hope. Oh God, if Guyton just, I hope he catches a touchdown against Buffalo in a playoff game.
The Bills better hope their pick hits, man.
They better.
Quick.
He not just hit. They
Chiefs
better.
are taking Xavier Worthy.
Really?
What the fuck are the Bills doing, man?
I don't think the Bills liked him, so I don't think they care about that. But even still, that's that's interesting. Okay,
Holy fuck.
I think he's good. I don't know if he's trade up worthy, but huh?
Hey, the Bills are now the second biggest loser in the draft. I don't care who the fuck they get. You cannot trade with the Chiefs.
Let's see what they get. Because I'm not losing. Okay, so Kansas City gets 28, 133, 248. Buffalo gets 32, 95, and 221. They didn't get that much.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
No, I mean, it was the best offer, I'm sure. And the Bills are losing out on probably nothing because they for sure wouldn't have gone worthy in my mind. I think they're still going to go Franklin or Mitchell. And they pick up they move up 40 picks essentially.
Hey, when is a receiver going fast ever hurt the Chiefs before? Am I right?
This is the thing people need to stop doing though. It like you said, Luke, we're going to hear it for the next, several months. And it's what we talked about before. Who gives a fuck that he ran a fast 40?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill ran a fast 40, but that's not why he's great. He's great because he's so quick.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough about Worthy to know if he has great quickness, but he doesn't have Tyreek Hill quickness. And I'm not saying it's a bad pick because he's not Tyreek Hill, but I'm just preparing everyone for the Tyreek Hill comparisons, which are going to be blasphemous.
I mean, he's going to be a first round pick in Dynasty mocks or Dynasty rookie drafts now.
Yeah. I mean, I think, where did Brian Thomas go? Jacksonville. I think there's a strong chance he goes ahead of him.
Yeah, I would. I mean, Patrick Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has other options. I mean, so does Mahomes, but still.
Yeah. I think that'll for sure be a debate. That's a article coming soon to you on Flurry Sports. I think that's
say that again. Sorry,
debate.
I missed that.
Debating for Dynasty Brian Thomas or Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Jacksonville versus Kansas City. Because Brian Thomas is competing with Evan Engram, competing with Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk. And then Worthy's competing with Marquise Brown, Travis Kelce.
What is it?
And possibly Rashee Rice. I would assume Rashee Rice.
Yeah. What does it mean for MVS?
Bye.
Who cares?
Right.
Is he's there?
Right?
I think he still is.
He's not there.
Oh, free agent.
Yeah, I didn't think he was there. So he's gone, but where does he go? I don't know. Maybe he goes to Buffalo.
Bills fans are going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't want Worthy, that's tough.
It's just the perception of helping out the team that continuously kicks you out of the playoffs.
Right.
I'd like to think the Chiefs, Andrew was like, hey, man, how about we send a trade offer to the Bills? That'd be funny, eh? And then the Bills accept it. They're like, oh, okay, Xavier Worthy.
Even if it's they tell you that they're going to pick someone who's way down on your draft board, you cannot think you're smarter than them.
No.
You have no reason to.
No, the ego of the Bills to do this pick is massive, and it's insane.
That's why their pick has to hit.
Has to. Right away.
Yeah. Their pick needs to get them to the Super Bowl.
You know who their pick's going to be? Cooper DeJean. Put all your hope on a white guy.
Yeah, they lost both their safeties. It wouldn't be terribly surprising if he's the new Micah Hyde or something.
Well, if they lost safeties, maybe they look safety. Early second, late first.
I'm not now. But this puts a massive, massive weight on Josh Allen now too. Hey, Josh, we just helped out the Chiefs and we got rid of your top 2 wide receivers. Hope you play well.
And another one that could have been drafted.
And Mitch Morris, who's been so good up front for you, he's actually gone now as well. Defense isn't really going to bail us out as much anymore because we lost a couple of those safeties.
Right.
Yeah, this is tough. Did they get? Is DeMar Hamlin there? I think he was a free agent. I wonder if someone signed him. He's not on their team. Shucks.
He was actually signed as an EMD in training. That's why his name was on the back.
Probably. Interesting. Okay, Cowboys got Tyler Guyton. That makes sense.
Good job by the Cowboys.
Great job. So he's going to be their left tackle, probably move Tyler Smith back to guard. And they're set. Once again, Cowboys offensive line is once again good. They still need a center, but they can get that later. They'll get Frazier in the second round or something.
I am shocked. I'm sorry. I'm still shocked that Buffalo traded with Kansas City.
How do you do that?
Right.
This has been... Trevor, maybe you jumped the gun a little bit, but I'm going to back you up. This has been the worst draft, and it's because teams are just... This has been the worst performance from general managers, I think, across the board. It's been bad. Can't help out your rival. Can't completely backtrack on $100 million quarterback.
Well, and then, I mean, again, it was the right move, but also throw in trading Stephon Diggs for what fans are going to think is table scraps. That doesn't help.
It does not. Also can't be drafting guys that we didn't have articles prepared for, you know?
Yeah, fuck you.
Not great. There's always one.
That's crazy.
And you know what the worst part about that is? Like, I was like, we're not going to be that team this year. We're not going to be that team. I made a profile on Javon Bullard and TJ Tampa just to make sure they take fucking Xavier Worthy, man.
I hope that the Bills don't win a game this year.
Same.
That's malpractice.
It is. It is. How do you do that? Like I said, the ego. Like they thought they just won that.
Yeah.
What's worse, this or the Falcons? I really can't
It's
pick.
this. It's this.
It's this because the Bills are so close to getting to the Super Bowl. All they have to do is beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. And you help them out.
That's true.
They would have been better off just throwing away their draft pick.
Not picking anyone.
Yeah, exactly. You do better doing that.
That's crazy.
If the Bills are bad, is their GM? I don't know how long he's been there. Is he on the hot seat?
Yeah. He's been there
He
for
has to
several
be
years.
now.
He's viewed as one of the best, but if you can't get over the hump and you can't make the right moves to do so, you're gone. And like he has actual ownership pressure. It's not the Green Bay Packers where you can go 9-8 or 10-7 and be fine. Like you have to win a Super Bowl. You got an MVP quarterback. You have to win a Super Bowl. Or at least not continually get worse. Good for Rappaport talking about keeping Tyler Smith at guard. I love it. I love real offensive line talk. Good for them.
Tyler Guyton's going to be a dog for Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'll struggle a little bit at first, but he's going to get coached up really well, actually.
Yeah.
Good spot. Perfect spot.
I think McCarthy's going to like him.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting to see what Baltimore does then, because he would have been Baltimore's pick. I think Baltimore may be willing to trade.
You know who's got to be loving this Guyton pick? It's Skip Bayless.
Probably.
Yes.
Check out his Twitter.
Skip Bayless
He's
went
going to
to
be like,
Oklahoma.
Dak is protected MVP season, baby.
Well, no, he's not going to say that. He's going to be like, Dak Prescott better win MVP. He's going to put the pressure on him.
Here he is. Jerry is on the clock and hot seat. Oh, wait, here he goes. Oh, this is great. This is great. This is fantastic. Okay. Cowboys sitting on Graham Barton. Watch Philly take him. Thank you, Howie. Then he goes, right now it's LeBron versus the Cowboys draft pick. LeBron will lose.
Yeah, so good.
So, attaboy.
Then he goes,
still got
Jerry tries to display his genius by trading down out of 24 with the Lions. He'd better be right. This is sink or swim. Well, then he goes, well, Jerry got cute and traded back to 29, and Graham Barton, a potential Pro Bowl center and leader, the perfect pick, gets snapped up by the Bucks. Baker says, thank you, Jerry. Then he goes, Rich gets richer about Xavier Worthy. And they said Jerry's on the clock and the hot seat.
Nice.
Shout out Skip, man. That LeBron versus Cowboys
So
draft
good.
pick is
That
so
is very
fucking
good. Okay, I need to put Skip on my tweet deck here. Should have done that from the beginning.
Fucking Skip, man. I love him more every day.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, once you get over him being a real analyst, he's incredible.
Oh yeah, you have to
Also, the
view
fact-
him like professional wrestling. He's
Yeah.
a character.
The fact that he follows nobody on Twitter is also
So
hilarious.
good.
Yeah.
He's tweeting into the void, man.
I want to know what his For You page looks like.
Just tweets of his.
The fact that he does not sleep in the same bed with his wife is so good too.
She hates him.
He hates him. Every single year when he throws away the Dak jersey, it's got to be the most painful thing for her to film that video.
No,
Yeah.
you know what's painful is her ass getting up at 5 a.m. to take a picture of his Jordans on, saying never lose.
The Jordans are so good too, man.
How many times did she had to hold the camera for him? She's
That
like, watch me
might-
do this.
That might be my favorite bit of his.
Yeah.
Jordan's
Good.
never lost, and he looked like a new kid in Skechers.
Yeah.
And the fact that like him and Lil Wayne are best friends, like there's just so many layers to Skip
Yeah.
Bayless.
Incredible.
He still hasn't tweeted. This is wild.
He's watching it. He's not on here. He doesn't follow anybody. He can't see.
But also, the pick has been made in real life on TV for a while.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah, it's been done for like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about Skip right now because the Lakers are playing and Dallas just drafted and nothing is coming.
He actually had an aneurysm, so
He's crafting the perfect tweet. Get ready.
I gotta follow Skip Bayless, man. We gotta do it.
So we think LeBron's
Nate Wiggins to Baltimore.
Oh,
That's interesting.
They need
Very
it.
interesting. What pick is
What-
that? 30?
30.
What'd you say, Luke?
I think what are the odds LeBron is mentioned in the very next tweet that comes from Skip Bayless.
I hope the odds are high.
Yeah.
We need it. He is taking a while. He's crafting it.
Yeah. What does Baltimore's secondary look like?
Not very good. Not great. They got Kyle Hamilton. I'll read you their corners right now. They corner and offensive line were their two biggest needs, though. So they got Marlon Humphrey, and then
Good.
the other one was Brandon Stevens. So now Wiggins will go there.
Maybe Wiggins.
And then their nickels are Darius Washington.
Yeah.
So safeties are good. Corners not great.
They're gonna go corner again in this draft at some point.
I agree. Corner, and they'll stack up on linemen. They could use a right tackle because they shouldn't be having that Minnesota guy start at right tackle. He should just be a bench guy.
Right.
And then they need a guard.
Here we go.
Maybe he's gotten better. Last I saw him, I don't think he can pick up his feet.
Skip thinks it's a big project, a big if. No Graham Barton.
Here's Skip.
Okay.
I know a lot. I know a
I'll-
lot about.
He does. He does.
I know a lot about Guyton, who played for my Sooners. 6'8"
Yep.
athlete, can play left tackle, but a much better pass blocker and run blocker. Doesn't
Sure.
have the drive and fire and edge Tyler Smith does. A project,
Sure.
a big if, no Graham Barton.
I'll say this to Skip. He doesn't have to have the fire and edge Tyler Smith does because Tyler Smith also plays for the Cowboys. That's fine. They already have him. He's starting. He'll play right next to Tyler Guyton.
Skip
I
just
do
wants-
like.
22
Skip-
Tyler Smith.
That I like that he really locked on to Barton.
Yep.
He's really, you can't go back on it. Like he can't give an inch there. Like, this is what the pick should have been because I said it. Good for him.
Nate Wiggins is going to be perfect in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
They're going to teach him well.
Yeah, he'll be a head case.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Also, Skip. I know Tyler Guyton. And then he names, it's just as the most basic things he just Googled. 6'8", good athlete, played left tackle. Great.
So this guy that said "kill me now," Falcons fan, he's gone off the rails on Twitter.
Good.
He said a word I cannot repeat. Just took a 25-year-old quarterback at 8. Goodbye.
Not
And
wrong.
then, worst day of my life. Just took a 24-year-old quarterback with a knee on life support at 8.
What's their? I don't understand. What's their plans with waiting? He's gonna be 30.
This is fantastic. This is
God.
awesome.
Is there any chance Jordan Morgan plays inside? Did we talk about that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he could play guard or tackle. He'll get manhandled more at guard. He's just not strong enough.
Yeah.
But he's got the versatility to do so. That's why the Packers took him.
Yeah.
If we can have 5 guys that can all play different positions, then we can do anything except for play well.
God, I do not like Matt Schneiderman. There's no reason to tweet
Why?
this. Jordan Morgan says on a conference call with reporters that he's been watching David Bakhtiari for a while and studying his game. There's absolutely no reason to tweet that.
No, it's the most mundane thing.
That's just now when he plays bad. Oh, I told you he's going to be bad. He's never going to be like Bakhtiari. Like,
Yeah.
brother, you're telling us he's Bakhtiari with that tweet.
Exactly. Yeah, you're comparing an all-pro, arguably the best tackle in the game when he's healthy, to a guy who's going to get pushed around by a backup D end.
That's like when that motherfucker Ben Fennell was saying, I didn't say Amari Rodgers was Randall Cobb. I just said their 40 times were 10% different, which is a massive difference.
Let's see what Ben Fennell's up to.
I still hate that guy. He's so stupid.
He hasn't been tweeting, though. Good for him.
Well, he's learned that he should probably stop during the draft.
He's at the draft.
Also, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't tweet about third-round picks. Just stay in the first round where you can be wrong. Third round, you're just embarrassing yourself.
I know PFT commenter he plays a character, but he's right. The Bills trading with the Chiefs is worse than trading like with the Patriots or Dolphins or Jets.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I
that
wanna-
makes some sense.
I want to pull that room, like when they got the trade offer, because there's no way everybody agreed on that. There's no shot.
Wouldn't think so.
49ers pick is in. I wonder who they take here.
Cooper.
DB Cooper?
Seems like a John Elway guy.
John Lynch.
John Lynch, correct. Different white former Bronco.
O.J. Simpson.
I mean, they could go Drew Zane Newton too. Johnny Newton. That wouldn't be super surprising. If they go wide receiver, that opens up a fun conversation.
Yeah,
Ricky Pearsall. There it is.
there's your fun conversation.
Oh, it's not. He's just
I
a
didn't-
traditional slot.
I
He's
didn't
not like an
expect them
Ayuk
to take-
replacement.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to take Pearsall. I expected somebody else, but
He's
fair
great.
enough.
I like him. He was like a guy I had the Steelers targeting in the second round if they couldn't get to Lad McConkey. He's good. I like him. Dude, but yeah. I don't know. Does it make the Niners any better? A little, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It certainly doesn't make it worse, right?
So man, Cooper DeJean, if he doesn't go in the first round, people are gonna have fun talking about that.
Yep.
Is the NFL racist? It's probably because he said he could beat Caitlin Clark. Can't bad talk Caitlin Clark right now.
Can't take a sexist. Can't do it.
Character issues.
You know, if you drive and kill somebody, you know, maybe. But sexist, no. No. The WNBA is just getting on their feet.
True. They are just getting on their feet. 28 years isn't that long.
After 27 years of stumbling home from the bar.
They're further ahead than the NBA was, though, at
Yeah,
this time.
for sure.
So much further. It's not like the NBA had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but that's fine.
Lou Alcindor, as some called him.
Some did. I think Lou Alcindor was already gone by that point, possibly.
Yeah, probably.
I think it was already Kareem.
I don't know if I've told this story before, but my dad, when he was like my age, back in, you know, whenever it was, he was like really big into sports cards, and he had a box full of like rookie Lou Alcindor rookie cards and shit.
Ugh.
And he left for college, and his dad was a cop and was like, what do you need this shit for? And threw them all in the dumpster.
Ouch.
That sucks.
Growing up, I had tons of Pokemon cards, man. I should have kept those.
I still have a bunch. It's just I don't know how to get them graded and sell them and all of that shit.
I think you're
They're
better off
expensive
just.
to get graded.
I think
Right.
you're better off just not to say take a loss, but just selling them all to some loser for $300.
Maybe. I have some that are worth more than that, though, for sure.
Yeah.
What I've seen most people do is you sell them in like a lot of like 100 cards for this much, but it's hard to like package it with eBay and shit. Like, I just want, there should be like somebody comes like a garbage man, take it, give me what you can get for it. I'll give you a cut.
Yeah. Both Ari and Rappaport talking about that Niners pick. Apparently, they were shopping Debo today, too.
The
Yeah.
Bills are trading out of 32, and the
They
Panthers
should.
are coming in from 33.
Ooh, out of the clouds.
Okay, they want that 5th-year option, but who?
Yeah. Oh, Spencer Rattler, baby. Do it to us. Do it to us.
Panthers could use a D tackle possibly if they wanted to go Newton.
Do you think some of that is the Bills also saving face?
Gotta be.
I think
Well-
that might be if you're only trade back one pick.
I think they thought Niners were going to take a wide receiver
32
or
and
a
600.
different wide receiver.
32
Yeah.
and 600 the Panthers get for 33 and 141.
That's a good trade, to be fair.
Yeah, Bills are just. I mean, it's an okay trade, but you can't. If you think you're going to fucking hit your pick, that 5th-year option is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the Bills doing, man?
Yeah.
And here's the worst part. That GM has a whole day to answer fucking questions about that shit.
Yes, he does.
That's gonna be
after
a
the
bad
trades.
day.
Now he doesn't even have anything to show for it yet.
Oh.
God. Von Miller's been shadowing him because he wants to be a general manager and all that. I'd put Von up there. He can answer to every fucking thing.
Is it just me, or was this first? I mean, obviously less trades. This has to be one of the quickest first rounds in recent memory. Usually it goes to like 11:30,
For
Yeah,
sure.
100%. 100%.
which is good because we need to cut this shit down. Leggett, Xavier Leggett, 32.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand that. I really don't.
Me neither. Who else did they bring in this year? God, yeah, I don't like that at all. Deontay Johnson, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So Deontay, who's a slot playing outside, Adam Thielen in the slot, Jonathan Mingo, and now Xavier Leggett. Huh. Well, I guess Panthers can be the worst team. That's fine. They can do that again. What are the chances Bryce Young does anything this year?
Nothing. Zero.
I feel like everybody is fully out on him already.
It's understandable.
Yeah, like I feel like I shouldn't
Well-
be, but I kind of am.
Well, you know what's really hurting him is Houston's awesome.
For sure. He's forever compared to CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to completely 180. I think we're going to see, to your point, Zach, about the Packers not really looking cornerback. Dijon, McKinstry, and Rackestra are there, and the Packers are up at 9 picks.
Right.
One of
Yeah.
them's probably going to be available there, if not 2.
If the Bills aren't already eyeing Cooper, someone's going to trade up for him. I think
'Cause
I
tomorrow.
would say, no,
Right now-
Yeah.
Because
That's
right
true.
now it's Bills, Patriots, Cardinals, Washington, Chargers, Titans, Panthers, Washington again.
Several of those teams could use him right away, but there's going to be offers right there for sure.
Didn't when the Packers drafted Christian Watson, didn't they use 2 second rounds to move up?
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I always talk about how Jordan Love was a first and a 4th round pick, and Christian
Yeah.
Watson was 2 second round picks.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
Jackson Powers Johnson not getting picked. How would you feel if the Packers took him in the 9th pick?
Incredible.
Would love it. Would absolutely love it.
It won't
Cardinals
happen.
probably eyeing him.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be terribly surprising. I mean, New England could certainly use him. Washington probably could use him. The Chargers, Jim Harbaugh would love him.
Edgerrin Cooper's there, Peyton Wilson's there, Mason Smith, Tyler Nubin. Like the Packers definitely have options at 9.
I'm interested to see who goes Keon Coleman. That does kind of feel like a Patriots pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had him going to Philly. Like, I don't know. It kind of feels like a Philly pick to me too, but maybe whatever.
I don't think he's any good, so I don't
Agreed.
think Philly would take him. I could see it being a Raiders pick.
No, not enough speed.
Honestly, 43 overall, Falcons could go for Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. Somewhere out there, there's a Bills fan in the back row that is losing their goddamn mind right now in Detroit.
He got tickets to go. He's
I'd
been
be
there,
pissed.
yeah, waiting the whole draft just to
Because
see.
it's one thing to not pick, to trade with the Chiefs and then think we got the last pick and trade back one pick.
Again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You have to.
Those Twitters.
You have to buy an extra day. Like you can't leave.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
went
then
to
you
the
have
draft
to
for a
wait till
reason.
what, 7:00 tomorrow night to do this again?
You have to.
It's going to be a disappointing pick.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. The Bills are on the clock though.
The Bills have to be calling for Brandon Ayuk. They have to think they can get that done,
Yeah.
right?
To be
That
fair,
has
if they
to be
get
it.
if they get that done, it changes everything.
For sure.
But shit, you're running out of time.
Yeah, it has to be it. Because they're not going to get T. Higgins because Bengals don't want to help an AFC rival
Right.
like they do.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well-
That's the first round of the draft. This is the most.
It was horrible.
What the
until
fuck
Bills.
ending?
Yeah, it's been very anticlimactic. The second back half of the draft, it's just been like, oh,
Yeah.
weird.
All
Yeah,
right.
definitely check out flurrysports.org for a bunch of different draft articles. I don't think I can do all of those draft grade articles like I did last year for like Packers stuff, but if anyone's interested in it, definitely comment. I think it'd be easier if I did a video. I could do that if you really wanted, but in terms of articles, don't really have the time to do so at this point. But I'll certainly be tweeting about other Packers draft picks tomorrow, I'm sure. And got a nice little package in the mail for the 100 milligram Scotcheroo. So Saturday, that's
Ooh.
my plans, and I'm going to be watching the draft.
Sounds fun.
It's gonna be bad. I'll see you